cradle days till this very hour, and I know you will.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
City 97.3.
Grateful people in this house. Lift your hands and bless him. Hey. God of my journey.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
I remember how you took me out. Lift your hands and declare, you have been faithful. More than just faithful. From my cradle days till this very hour. And I know you will. You will be with me till the very end. Somebody declare it one more time. Say, you have been faithful. More than just faithful.
Sarkin Dunia, the king of all the earth. Nagode. Ubangiji. Hey, these are heavy words. The sovereign God, I give you thanks. You have been faithful, more than just faithful, from my cradle days till this very hour, and I know you will. We have just finished 1 week in 2026. We've begun a new one. You have been faithful. The same God who saw us through 7 days will see us through 365. So we are here to say thank you. What a beautiful song by Dunsin Oyekan. Ubangiji. Nabaka Godia. It's the holy language of Hausa. Beautiful, beautiful song. And for many, life is lived from day to day, but for the wise, they process it in cycles. 1 week is gone. Very soon, a month would have been done. A quarter would be over, and a year. It's all about revolution. As the earth revolves around the sun, as the moon revolves around the earth, those are the signs we've been given. So we've done a week. Today, Thursday the 8th, tells us that we have completed one cycle. A week ago today, we were all looking into the year. But look, you've done 1 week. And don't forget, one of my speakers says, the key to life is to understand the 80-20 rule. There are 8 as many things you should stop as 2 that you should start. The 10 commandments focus on thou shalt not, 8 out of 10. And thou shalt is 2. So in the first 8 days of the year, you can begin to eliminate very early things that don't add value, that don't build up, that have no place in your future. So have a sense of perspective and track your progress in circles and cycles. That's business sense. So what have you achieved this week? What have you stopped doing this week? What old problem has reared its head? What do you need to do different so this week will be better than the previous one? Some of these ideas will be shared on our Effective Living series, which is in its 4th day today, the 8th of January. We have a big one on time and life management. Before that, Business Sense brought to you by Stanbic Corporate and Investment Banking. We partner with the businesses driving Ghana and Africa's growth, from energy to mining, infrastructure to trade. We finance the ideas and enterprises that empower economies. Our partnerships with market leaders in the energy, trade, and mining sectors prove that when ambition meets expertise, growth is inevitable. Call Stanbic on 0302-815-789. Speak to our CIB team. It's an interactive radio show. It's called the Citi Breakfast Show. Hashtag CityCBS. We're live on many platforms. Get in touch on WhatsApp 053-998-6996. That's 053-998-6993. We're getting to a news review segment shortly. Caleb Kuda is already here. right, so we're going straight into the headlines. Good morning to Mr. Richard Delaskai as well.
Good morning, Kobe.
It is always a pleasure to have you on the program today. Alrighty, so let me start with a couple of headlines here. If you go to citynewsroom.com, Oforiatta detained by ICE in the US. This is the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the infamous ICE, who
The
killed
ones on
a
the fire.
37-year-old widow of one child.
In Minnesota,
Really, really bad. You know,
probably.
when you listen to some things that happen in the US, you just fetch water and continue in your Ghana like that. Meanwhile, the other headlines inside the Virginia Detention Center holding Oforiatta, that's also on that website. From plantain to tomatoes, how food prices drove Ghana's 12-month inflation decline. This is the lowest inflation in many, many years. Also, Savelugu-bound bus intercepted with over 1,000 rounds of ammunition. Sky, 1,000. Meanwhile, GPRTU say lower fuel prices not enough for fare reduction yet.
Look at these guys.
Hey, it don't be easy. Those are some headlines, including Kwesi Prempeh, Nimoy Thompson, and Bakavoma, all expressing views on the ongoing constitutional review work. All of these on citynewsroom.com. Let's come to other papers.
The Chronicle says Dombo family speaks. We don't support Brian. Dr. Baumia is our candidate, and Dr. Baumia is smiling here on the front page of the Chronicle. Also, SD Dombo's nephew declares support for Brian. Another story here says Primpag Glomef condemn assault on class media journalist. And 1 year in office, Mahama touts economic stabilization.
Daily Guide this morning. Ken is the leader Ghana wants. Na Toshi is speaking and Samira cries foul over Baumia smear campaign. 60 ministers promise cost NDC supporters jobs. This is a Siedo Nketia. Offenso Samproso clash claims 10 lives, and NDC's first year in office. Mahama pledges integrity, inclusive governance.
And let me take you to the Insight newspaper. Minds Watch slams minority, says its criticism of Bawa Rock risk undermining Ghana's gold reforms. Also on the front page this morning, U.S. invasion of Venezuela not based on narco-terrorism. Gamal Nasser Adam is quoted here saying, and the death toll from U.S. attack of Venezuela approaches 80. Well, new numbers indicate it may well be in the in excess of 100.
Daily Democrat this morning. Arise Ghana endorses Mahama's 1 year performance, and Primpag condemns attack on journalist Samuel Addo. NPA chief addresses 77th New Year School at the University of Ghana today. Kwabre South MCE fingered in private use of school land at Etimentim Mass. GJA condemns sack of fire officers. GJA demands sack of fire officers over journalist attack, and Gold Board World Gold Council explores strategic partnership on artisanal small-scale mining formalization and traceability.
All right, we'll go into other headlines shortly on, for example, citynewsroom.com, capping ministers and burdens president in appointment. This is Kwesi Prempeh speaking on constitutional review. Also, Ayikwe Otu, former Attorney General, says Akufo-Addo's ministerial appointments were the worst ever. Gold for reserve policy, maximizing Ghana's mineral wealth, according to the MP for Ekumfi. And then Nimoy Thompson doesn't think 30-year-olds have the maturity to be president in a presidential system. He said this on the point of view yesterday. In other headlines, we must shift from Googisberg economy to export competitiveness. Ismail Yamson, these days, he's firing on all cylinders. Meanwhile, the Otunfo has some very interesting things to say about the Citi. He says, when Citi wobbles, even tsunami is less distracting. Meanwhile, the governor says he's committed to bringing lending rate down to 10%. Sky, that would be amazing. If lending rates get to 10% and single digits, we can all go for a loan and finish our tie and die business. Now, if you go to my journal online, they also focus on the Oforiatta story. What we know about the facility holding Ken Oforiatta, we know that he's been detained by ICE. His lawyers have sent out a statement, which I think also helps the discussion. We'll bring that to you. They have a sort to explain what's happening and what they know about the situation. Meanwhile, discipline, not politics, is Pari Mohammed's second coming. This is Franklin Kujo.
Okay.
But Tia Kabiru says IMF is the real driver of Ghana's stability, not government genius. So the arguments continue. And then this Aikotu story on Akufo-Addo's appointment being worst ever also makes the headlines here on myjoyonline.com. Now, BBC, a lot of websites, Al Jazeera, all reporting this very tragic story of U.S. immigration agent fatally shooting woman in Minneapolis. If you listen to the narration, Sky, it is so sad what is happening in the United States of America. Meanwhile, Trump is to meet Colombian president at White House in the near future. He's outlined a few other countries he's eyeing, including places like Greenland, Cuba.
Trump has no business doing what he's doing. He's completely out of order. And it's about time the world told him that.
Which world?
The world as we know it. I mean, the UN should be speaking in very robust terms. And you have the UK just throwing the lion and busy.
The UN self, you say if lock the UN headquarters,
Well,
make they go meet for some other place.
Overnight, he withdrew the US from a range of
So you can even say
UN institutions.
You and cry, you having pay rent, make you come up for New York, collect the key, go and meet in Russia. What can you do?
This is not what we supported.
Now, if you go to, I just wanted to take you to the graphic, and then we can get into the other details.
Yeah.
Actually, for some reason, I don't have the graphic. Okay, yes. President recommits to ethical leadership, calls for unity at first year Thanksgiving service. Asante urges BOG to ensure lower interest rate. How do they say when he talks? Zion.
Zoom.
And then inflation drops to 5.4%. This is beautiful. Africa's youthful population can drive growth. This is also a suggestion. So where do we start from, gentlemen?
Well, Herald newspaper has some headlines as well. Keno Furiata and Sedina Tionu Tamaklo in the U.S. and Keno Furiata detained. We've brought you that earlier. 2.5% of petroleum royalties should clear 834 million Ghana Cedi scholarship debt. This is the Education Minister Haruna Idrisu, and we are told a statue has been unveiled in honor of Rollins at his hometown Jelukop. Bernard, at Offenso Samproso, a crash has claimed 10 lives. And David Afum writes for Daily Guide this morning that at least 10 people have been killed, with several others critically injured in a gory road crash at Offenso Samproso in the Ashanti region. The tragic incident occurred around 5:30 a.m. on Wednesday, 7 January 2026, involving a commercial passenger bus traveling from Techiman to Kumasi and a cement-laden trailer. Now, the bus with registration number GT 550920 reportedly rammed into a trailer loaded with cement bearing registration number GN 532622 as the truck was crossing the road from a nearby cement factory. Eyewitnesses said the bus was speeding at the time of the crash and smashed into the middle of the trailer, leading to a heavy impact that left the bus mangled beyond recognition. 6 passengers were said to have died on the spot, while others sustained life-threatening injuries. It's really too early for us to be recording such gory fatalities on our roads.
Let me give you the big story that is on citynewsroom.com. Ghana's former finance minister Keno Furiata has been detained by the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. This is on City Newsroom. The detention has been attributed to immigration status issues, with his lawyers assuring the public that efforts are underway to secure his release. In a public notice issued on Wednesday, January 7, Ghana-based law firm Inka Premo, Sebonsu, Bruce, Kathleen and partners explained that the action by ICE was linked to questions surrounding Mr. Furiata's continued stay in the United States rather than any criminal wrongdoing. According to the statement, Mr. Furiata has a pending petition for adjustment of status, a legal process for under U.S. immigration law that allows an individual to remain in the country beyond the validity of the original visa while the application is being considered. Then there's also another angle of this where the facility where, so he's been detained, the facility where he's been detained, City Newsroom has a story that describes the place in some detail.
Okay.
And then there's a photograph of the place, and then it's about 4 miles north of Fort AP Hill along Route 301, sits on approximately 150 acres of land and has a capacity to house up to 336 undocumented adult immigrants. It operates under a 5-year agreement between Caroline County and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security for the detention and care of administrative detainees. The facility consists of 7 buildings, including an administrative block and 6 residential units for detainees. So that facility is where he's being kept as his legal team. So this is Virginia.
Yes,
I should say.
Yes. So as the different angle to that story deals with the aspect concerning Sedina Tionu.
This is the Herald now.
Yes. So the Herald, if you go online, you find that story on their website, and somewhere in the story, they say that in contrast, Mrs. Ationu's arrest followed an extradition request submitted by the government of Ghana subsequent to her conviction in a criminal trial several years ago. Now, sources indicate that both individuals are currently being held in U.S. custody. Now, Mrs. Ationu Tamaklo has reportedly been arraigned before a U.S. court to determine the admissibility and suitability of her extradition to Ghana. And he goes on to provide further details. But I just want to stay with me for a moment. Let me take you to page 5 of the Ghanaian Chronicle. There's a story there that says midnight terror at Kofoidia Snit Flats. Now the story says residents of the Snit residential enclave in Kofoidia within the new Juabing South municipality of the Eastern region are living in fear and distress following a disturbing series of car-related crimes that have rocked the community in recent weeks. And according to affected residents, 4 vehicles were broken into on Wednesday, the 7th of January this year, in coordinated midnight attacks carried out under the cover of darkness. Now, the unknown thieves allegedly forced their way into parked cars and made away with valuable personal belongings, including laptops, mobile phones, cash, documents, and other items. And somewhere in the story, we're told that in a related security development, the Ghana Police Service has arrested 28 youth, during a major security swoop conducted at some ghettos, including New Job and South.
Well, the other big story, gentlemen, is that inflation has now come to 5.4% over 20-something year low. This is the GNA reporting that Ghana's headline inflation declined to 5.4% December, so ending last year, the lowest rate since the CPI was rebased in 2021. Dr. Alassane Idrisu, government statistician, announced this on Wednesday that the rate had declined from 6.3% in November. The development marked the 12th consecutive month of decline, representing an 18.4 percentage point reduction from 23.8 in December last year. According to the GSS, or December 2024, forgive me. According to the GSS, the decline reflected a sustained movement towards price stability and improved macroeconomic stability. Now, CitiNewsroom.com then gets behind the numbers from plantain to tomatoes. How food prices drove Ghana's 12-month inflation decline. So it says food prices were at the center of this price decline as the country recorded a 12th consecutive fall in inflation. According to the service, food inflation fell sharply to 4.9% in December. Maybe our agri-fair was part of it too. Down from 6.6% in November, making it the single biggest contributor to the overall slowdown in inflation. Food and non-alcoholic beverages account for 42% of the consumer price index, meaning changes in food prices carry significant weight in determining how inflation moves. And despite overall moderation, several commodities costs commonly consumed by consumers recorded exceptionally high year-on-year inflation increases. At the top of the list was ginger. Ginger is 76% inflation. Green plantain, 69.4%. Charcoal, 66.8. So these are the notorious ones that are not coming down. Avocado pear, aka paya, 42.8. Palm fruit, 35. Fresh coconut, 34. And crab and snail also were above 30%. The rest of the products were quite. So the most expensive or the food prices that didn't come down were these ones, but the rest all came down.
Charlie, that's a very serious matter. Charlie, let me take you to a related story because.
Sorry, last one. So while the food prices edged, leading the downward trend were garden eggs, which fell very big. They fell. Contombre also fell. Cocoyam leaves prices fell. That's contombre. Okay. Fresh tomatoes also declined. Cabbage and pawpaw also declined. So they helped bring inflation down.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, the president himself is touting his achievements in office after just a year. Page 3 of the Chronicle has that story that says President John Dramani Mahama has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to economic stabilization, institutional reform, social protection, and the restoration of confidence both domestically and internationally, describing these pillars as the foundation of Ghana's recovery and long-term progress. Now, speaking at a non-denominational Thanksgiving service held at the forecourt of the Jubilee House to mark 1 year of his administration, President Mahama said the government had taken difficult but necessary decisions over the past year, laying foundations that may not yet be fully visible but are essential for sustainable national development.
Well, the Daily Guide captures on page 3 an angle that says among the key interventions showcased was the repeal of several taxes, including the COVID-19 tax, the health recovery levy, the electronic transfer levy, and the betting tax. President Mahama was shown spinning the repeal bills into law, describing the removal of COVID levy as promise made, promise delivered. So there was a documentary that talks about that, goes to mention the Mahama care stuff and all of that. But Bernard,
let me hear you guys.
please. Yes, I still want to bring your attention to more fatalities on our roads from the
different
10,
from the first one?
Yes, from the 10 I read, which happened at Offenso Sampro. So we are told 6 persons have lost their lives in Bia, again, road crash. So this is around, 6 people reportedly died on the spot in a tragic road accident at Esikuma, a community located between Bia West and Bia East districts in the western north regions. Now, the crash has left one other person in critical condition. It was reported that 8 persons, including the rider, were on board a tricycle, popularly known as a Boboya, which was moving from Suopiri in the Bia West district in the Adabokrom in the Bia East district for farming activities. Yes. Now, upon reaching a sloping section of the road near Sikuma, a timber truck traveling from Adabokrom reportedly lost control and crashed into the tricycle, killing the 6 people instantly. The victim, who sustained several injuries, was rushed to the Asamu Government Hospital for medical treatment.
Otunfo is urging the BOG to ensure lower interest rates, and we can only say Ziom. His point is that when the city wobbles, even tsunami is less distracting. So the Asantini has emphasized the critical role of a stable national currency in driving economic growth, job creation, and wealth accumulation. Speaking during a Keti call on the Bank of Ghana on Wednesday, the monarch highlighted the interconnectedness of currency stability and economic opportunity. He noted that after a challenging year, Ghanaians have begun to breathe easy as the city stabilizes in the foreign exchange market. However, caution against premature celebration, stressing the need to assess the true state of the economy before fully embracing optimism. Now, the governor, in turn, is saying he's committed to bringing lending rates down to 10%. That would be quite great. So, Governor Siama has reaffirmed his commitment to keeping the country's lending rate at a maximum of 10% during his tenure, signaling a strong focus on affordable credit for business and households. According to the governor, according to the Bank of Ghana's latest monetary policy report, average lending rates have eased from 22% to 26% to 24.2%, reflecting an overall softening in credit conditions. Yields on money market instruments have similarly declined. So, for example, 91-day T-bill fell from 13.4% in July to 10.3% in August. Now, he was speaking at the Keti call. He said his goal is to strike a balance between safeguarding Ghana's hard-won disinflation gains and supporting a recovery in credit and economic activity.
Talking about reductions, I take you back to the Chronicle, page 4, has a story that says Fisherman Lord's government, or actually Fisherman Lord government for Premix fuel reduction. And they say the Canoe and Fishing Gear Owners Association of Ghana, CAFGOG.
The what?
CAFGOG.
What's the name of the association again? The what?
The Canoe and Fishing Gear Owners Association of Ghana. Yeah.
The Canoe
and Fishing Gear Owners.
and they are called CAFGOG.
Has commended the government for the recent reduction in the price of premix fuel, describing the move as timely relief for canoe owners and artisanal fishers across the country.
CAFGOG.
Yeah, that's right. Nana Kwejia, who is the national president of CAFGOG, told the Ghana News Agency that the association has observed a steady decline in premium fuel prices over the last year, noting that the price dropped from 25.20 Ghana cedis per gallon in February of 2025 to 23.67 by December 2025, with further significant reduction to 19.80% Ghana cedis per
The
gallon.
appointment or the promise to only appoint 60 ministers is costing NDC supporters jobs. This is according to its national chairman, Johnson Asiedo Nketia. He says the party's campaign promise of reducing ministerial appointments to just 60 has denied potential appointees jobs now that the party is in power. He stated that the party's then leader, John Mahama, while in opposition, continuously accused the NPP administration of appointing huge numbers of ministers and promised to reduce the number of ministers to just 60. Now he was addressing Ashanti Regional NDC members in Kumasi, where he said that the promise helped the NDC to win power, but it has also prevented President Mahama from appointing ministers exceeding the promised figure, a situation that has denied some qualified NDC members appointment. This is on page 6.
You know what's interesting? Yesterday,
Guide.
Prof. Kwesi Prempeh seems to agree to this. He says capping ministers unburdens presidents in appointments. One of his proposals from his committee's work was that he should cap the number of ministers. And he says it's not even because of cost, but that presidents are under too much pressure to appoint people. So when you cap it and he appoints his 57, you say, bro, I don't have anything for you. That's better. He says, in fact, a lot of the former presidents they spoke to were in favor of this type of capping so that it reduces the pressure on presidents. Lower fuel prices not enough for fare reductions yet. So whilst CAFGOG is commending the government for
Reduction in premix fuel.
the GPRTU says any adjustment to transport fares will be considered when conditions permit, even as pressure mounts on operators to reduce fares in line with reduced fuel prices. The union's position comes amid renewed calls from energy sector think tank and industry observers for transport operators to pass on savings from lower pumps to prices to consumers. I wanted to touch on the minister thing. Ayuko has been speaking. Yesterday, he spoke to our team. And he made some very serious comments about the quality of Akufo-Addo's appointees. You know, he used to be an attorney general. And he described the, the appointees of, so former attorney general Nia Ikotu has criticized ministerial appointments and former President Akufo-Addo, describing them as the most excessive. So I'm talking about the numbers.
The number, okay.
Yes, and damaging the Ghana's Fourth Republic. Speaking on Citi FM Wednesday, January 7, as part of discussions marking 34 years of the Constitution, Mr. Aikotu argued that the unchecked expansion of government and Akufo-Addo administration highlighted the urgent need for constitutional limits on the number of ministers. So it's back to the point Kwesi Prempeh is making. He said the appointment of more than 100 ministers and deputy ministers at the peak of the previous administration was unnecessary and undermine effective governance, adding that such bloated structure weakens coordination and strains public finances.
Yes. As you spoke about fuel, I just want to draw your attention quickly to the fact that on page 8 of the the Insight, we're told the MPA chief has addressed the 77th New Year School and Conference at the University of Ghana. And he spoke about building the Ghana we want together for sustainable development. And he reaffirmed the authority's commitment to ensuring the availability of quality and affordable petroleum products to power economic growth. And I'm talking about Edwidge Tamaklo. He noted that the MPA remains focused on fair pricing, regulatory compliance, and reliability in fuel supply in line with government's reset agenda.
Sharp. So in Kwabre South, MCE has been fingered in private use of school land at Etimetim Masi. So residents, the Daily Democrat is reporting that residents of Etimetim Masi in the Kwabre South municipality have petitioned the Ashanti Regional Minister over what they describe as the illegal encroachment and misuse of land belonging to the RC primary and MAJHS schools in the community. According to the petition, the Kwabre South Municipal Assembly, allegedly in collaboration with a private developer, claimed the project was meant to wall the school to enhance security. However, the residents say the exercise has instead resulted in the construction of private stores and residential buildings on the school's compound. The development, residents argue, has blocked access roads leading to surrounding residential areas and disrupted school activities, sparking anger and confusion within the community.
Bernard, I want to draw your attention to a truly important editorial written by the Chronicle on page 4. Ministry for Foreign Affairs called to waive IELTS exams for Ghanaians is welcome news. And to conclude, they say that ultimately the call to waive IELTS For Ghanaians, it's about recognizing context. Language testing should be a tool for inclusion, not an obstacle that disproportionately affects those who already meet the criteria.
So what is
measure.
IELTS for those who don't know?
So if you want to travel to the UK, for instance, they require proficiency in English language.
To study there.
Exactly. There's a standard test that you have to take and pass. Normally 7.0 in almost all the areas, or 6.5 as the case may be. And the test for, spoken, written,
When you look at it, it's really
comprehension.
needless because most well-educated people in this country can write and communicate well in English. So it's almost like a barrier that just extorts money from
Exactly,
people.
exactly.
So
They
the
have to
ministry
waive
is
it.
asking for a waiver.
Yes. This one I'm supporting the
Let me end with something. People who come off slimming jabs regain weight 4 times faster than dietists.
Hey.
So if you want to, in the Western world, particularly in some parts of the world, some people just take injections to reduce weight. Slimmers who come off weight loss injections can regain their lost pounds 4 times faster than those who stop conventional dieting and exercising.
That's
So
correct.
it means dieting and exercise is better than
The injection.
Yeah.
data published in the British Medical Journal, this BBC, suggests overweight people shed large amounts when using jabs, about a fifth of their body weight. But once they quit, they regain 0.8 kg every month on average. This means that they return to pre-treatment weight in a year and a half. So people who are buying these need to be aware of the risk of fast weight gain when the treatment ends. Once investigator Dr. Susan Jebb from your university, Oxford, she stresses that the findings come from medical trials rather than real life, and more studies of the long-term effects of new slimming jabs will be helpful.
Exactly.
So for now, if you want to lose weight, dieting is good, exercise is good. Don't go and take injections.
Exactly. And then those people who are taking all kinds of drugs so they will put on weight, they should stop it.
Can you take grab?
There are all kinds of
What
drugs
they
they are
do?
advertising on you. What's the name?
Weight gain.
TikTok and yes,
Hey.
that ajaban akpola man na this one yeah ajaban akpola man dami. No magabano ejumbe mangunda ne so. You should stop that.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make I feel the go too small.
Go.
Yo, Anna. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
With obviously more from the world of business. Netile Neti Ajaho is here with the details. Good morning, Net.
Good morning, Bernard, and good morning out there. Welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Valex. Coming up, Ghana reference rate dips to 15.68% in January. Also, Ghana's oil production sets for rebound as new wells come online. And much later, the numbers say inflation is falling. But does your market bill agree? We'll bring you a report. Thanks for your time. Let's settle for the details now. Ghana's benchmark lending rate, the Ghana reference rate, which serves as a baseline for loan pricing in the country, dropped to 15.68% in January, raising cautious hopes that borrowing costs could ease further. This continues a steady downward trend from 15.9% in December 2025 and 17.93% in November, marking a notable 2-month decline. The latest reduction suggests that loan rates may gradually soften, particularly if the trend persists, alongside falling inflation and improved macroeconomic stability. However, analysts warn that the translation of the reference rate cuts into actual lending rates and could be slow and uneven. Banks must still consider credit risk, non-performing loans, and funding costs when setting their rates. Consequently, when the rate provides a benchmark, final loan pricing often includes bank-specific risk premiums and operational costs. The easing of the rates aligns with broader economic developments, including stabilizing exchanging rates, declining inflation, and moderating money market rates, all of which help reduce banks' funding costs. Now, food prices dominated Ghana's inflation story in December 2025 as the country recorded its 12th consecutive monthly decline in headline inflation. Food inflation fell sharply to 4.9% in December, down from 6.6% in November, making it the single biggest contributor to the overall slowdown in inflation, with food and non-alcoholic beverages accounting for 42.7% of the consumer price index. Price movements in local markets continue to have a significant impact on household budgets. Here is more.
Some items, however, kept prices high. Ginger led the pack with 76.7% year-on-year increase, followed by green plantain at 69.4% and charcoal at 66.8%. Other notable increases included avocado pear, which went up by 42.8%, followed by palm fruit, which also went up by 35.2%. Fresh coconut also went up by 34%. These staples and cooking essentials mean families still feel the pinch despite the overall slowdown. On the flip side, several widely eaten foods fell sharply in price, helping cool inflation. Garden eggs dropped by 56.7%. Contomere also went down by 51.9%. The prices of fresh tomatoes also declined by 39.8%. And cabbage and pawpaw also saw price declines over 40%. These declines, helped by better harvest and seasonal supply, eased the cost of everyday meals. Even so, short-term pressures remain. Food prices rose by 1.1% from November to December. The December data show that Ghana's inflation slowdown isn't the same for everyday food item. Price drops in vegetable are balancing increases in staples like plantain, charcoal, and spices. For households, this means some relief, but the cost of living is still felt.
That report was filed by my colleague Emmanuel Opon, but the key question now is how to sustain the disinflation momentum as 2026 has begun. According to government statistician Dr. Al-Hassan Idrisu, maintaining the downward trend will require more than fiscal discipline alone.
If he asks whether inflation can be kept at 5.4% or even better, the question is, why not? With God, everything is possible. If we stay fiscally disciplined, if we do what we need to do, we continue to manage the economy prudently, if exchange rate management yields into currency stability, as we saw in 2025, if we do not record adverse global shocks to some of the variables that affect inflation, if we implement the key real sector interventions in the budget, including agri-related interventions, financial sector-related interventions, industry-related interventions, the 24-hour economy program, and many other special initiatives that have been introduced in the budget, and we implement them religiously, I can tell you that they would have very positive impact on inflation, and they would bode well for sustainability of the inflation figures we are seeing.
That was government statistician Dr. Al-Hassan Idrisu. Now, traders across Ghana will continue charging a 20% value-added tax in the first quarter of 2026, following consultations between the Ghana Revenue Authority and the Ghana Union of Traders Association on implementing the new VAT Act 2025. The agreement was reached at a joint meeting in Accra on January 7, 2026, after concerns were raised about the impact of a new VAT regime on traders, particularly those previously operating under the VAT flat rate scheme. Under the arrangement, eligible taxpayers, including GUTA members, will charge and account for VAT at 20%, including the National Health Insurance Levy and the Get Fund Levy, until the end of Quarter 1 2026. The measure, both institutions say, is intended to allow room for feedback and necessary adjustments while ensuring compliance with the law. Pressure is growing on transport operators to lower fares following recent reductions in fuel prices, with consumer advocates insisting that customers should benefit from the relief. Although lower pump prices have eased fuel costs for commercial drivers, operators argue that other operational expenses remain high, making immediate fare adjustments challenging. More details in the following reports by Daniel Sakiti.
Fuel prices have eased in recent weeks, reducing the cost of filling tanks for commercial drivers.
To fill the tank, it will take about 600, but for the pass, that will be 800.
But despite the relief at the pumps, transport operators say rising maintenance, spare parts, and other operational costs remain a challenge.
If transport fares are reduced again, it will affect us because the prices of some inputs remain high. Tires, in particular, are expensive. I recently bought one for 600.
Commuters are pushing back, arguing that easing fuel prices and improving economic conditions should translate into lower transport fares.
For me, if fuel is reduced, yes, price of fare should be reduced, but then there is still an issue that should be tackled and be discussed.
Public Relations Officer of GPRTU, Abbas Imuro, however, says fare adjustments will be considered when conditions permit.
The last year, 15%, nobody forced us. Now there has been another reduction. And all we are saying is yes, if the need arises that we should decrease lorry fares further, we will do that without hesitating.
Executive Secretary of COPEC, Duncan Amwa, maintains that current fuel price movement justify a fare reduction of up to 10%.
So one would expect that we would also be a bit reasonable with the commercial transport operators in order that we don't go collecting every single cent or peso that they may gain as a result of these price reductions you're seeing at the pump. So that conversation should be within a certain context, not the kind of context where you go 20-30%. It is not feasible. 5-10%, I'm sure they will be able to accommodate. They will be able to give all of us some relief. That relief is also expected to trigger a downward trajectory in the cost of goods and services also within countries.
That was Executive Secretary of COPEC, Duncan Amwa, ending that report by Daniel Sakiti. And finally, Ghana's upstream petroleum sector is expected to rebound this year with new wells coming on stream projected to strengthen crude oil production following recent declines. The anticipated rise in output is seen as a crucial moment for stabilizing national oil production and revenues, helping the country maximize returns from its existing petroleum assets. Speaking to the Business News, Dr. Yusuf Suleiman, a technical advisor at the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition, highlighted the importance of the new wells in supporting the sector's recovery.
We ended the year somewhere 2025 somewhere 59,000 barrels of oil per stream day, almost 60. So with this new wells coming potential to produce about 10,000 barrels of oil per stream day, that would have catapulted our production to a height of about 70,000 barrels of oil per stream day. And we also have further plans by our Jubilee partners. Bear in mind, they promised to invest about $2 billion within their fields. And that's what is needed. And that was actually what was missing. And that's why I mentioned that this is the beginning of the realization of the robust foundations that was laid in 2025. What was the foundation? The enabling environment that ignited the excitement of the upstream players to pledge to invest this kind of massive investment into the field is what we are beginning to realize at this moment in time, where these players are promising and they've lived up to the promise. Bear in mind, apart from this J79, there's a further plan in the course of 2026 to drill further about 5 wells, 4 producers and 1 injector to support the production.
Dr. Yusuf Suleiman is a technical advisor at the Ministry of Energy and Green Transitions. And now on the interbank market this morning, the dollar is selling for 10 cedis 50 pesos, the British pound at 14 cedis 15 pesos, and the euro at 12 cedis 32 pesos. And that's it for our bulletin this morning. For more news, kindly visit citinewsroom.com/business. I am Netelinete Ajaho. Do have a good business day.
Hey! Do they want to sack you dry? Why shall I tin way? Engagement tense and kwenye. Hey, sure. They even added washing machine, fridge, flat screen TV. 65 inches and so. How do they expect you to buy all these and still take care of your family? Oh, Kwame.
Mama. And how hukra? With Access Bank's Pick Now, Pay Later, we can get everything now in minutes and pay at 0% interest over the next 6 months. Eye koko kra.
Hey, sir.
Access Bank says faster is here. With a now digitized Pick Now, Pay Later, life's big moments are within reach. Just click, pick, approved in minutes. For more information, call our 24-hour contact center on 0800 00 4400. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Telenetia Jaho brought you the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News that was sponsored by Access Bank. It's rewarding customers at the heart of what it does. They've introduced Rewards by Access. It's a loyalty program designed to add value to your everyday banking experience. So whether you're shopping, traveling, or handling business expenses, every transaction you make with your Access card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, and personalized rewards, all tailored to suit your lifestyle. Points earned through your card transactions can be redeemed seamlessly at any of the merchant partners nationwide, making your spending go even further. So whether you're a frequent flyer, a regular shopper, or managing daily family, personal, or business needs, Rewards by Access ensures you get more from every spend. Use your Access card today and enjoy a rewarding banking experience only with Access Bank. loyaltyrewards.ghana.accessbankplc.com or call 0800 004400 is a toll-free line. Access Bank, more than banking. Many thanks to MTN as well for helping us bring you the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News. You need MTN fiber anytime, every season, including now. Fiber is unlimited, it's fast, and it's on fire. So put your home or your business on MTN Fiber. Enjoy a special range of packages for new users, plus even better offers for existing customers. And here's a bonus. First 60 customers sign up will receive vouchers from MTN. For new customers, just log into the My MTN app, tap more, and request for broadband to check availability in your community, or dial star 5057 hash. Follow the prompts. MTN everywhere you go. It's time for kickoff. Edwin Kofi is here to bring you all you need to know in the world of sports, and that's brought to you by Lesheho and Shell. Lesheho Ghana is 15 years old. You, our cherished customers, have trusted us to improve lives across Ghana. As we celebrate this milestone, we say a heartfelt thank you for your loyalty and support. This anniversary is not just about us, it's about you, our customers, partners, communities, and more who have made this journey possible together. We're looking forward to the future with confidence, knowing that with Lesheho, lives will improve. Please visit any of our branches nationwide or simply call or WhatsApp 02700 799 for any of our financial solutions. Lesheho Ghana, 15 years of improving lives and still counting. Has been filling after filling at Shell. Drivers all over Ghana, including Emmanuel Amisa Datsun and many more, have already won free fuel just by trying the new and improved Shell fuels, and you could be the next in our coming weekly draw. From now until the end of February, buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of the new and improved Shell fuels. Stand a chance to win big. 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even up to 1 year free fuel up for grabs. What a feeling. Don't miss this opportunity. Visit the nearest Shell service station, fill up for an opportunity to become one of our weekly winners. It's a promo that's regulated on the NLA's Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. New and improved Shell fuels, better by far. Edwin Kwal Kofi, my guy, has got you on kickoff.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Drops out of the attack, but Semenyo able to find Brooks. Semenyo, Antoine Semenyo! Well, if it is to be goodbye, what a way for him to sign off. You just knew that he would leave his mark on this game tonight.
If it is to be goodbye, what a way to sign off for Antoine Semenyo, scoring in the 5th minute of stoppage time to help Bournemouth beat Spurs. Also coming up,
Wilson again, good movement by Smith Rowe, strong arm from Sanchez. Wilson, Fulham lead again. The wonder of Wilson. Let's go. Fulham have won. Only their 4th ever Premier League victory over Chelsea.
a shocker in the West London derby as Fulham hand Chelsea interim boss Callum McFarlane a loss in his last game in charge. We'll bring you reactions from both games on kickoff, which is brought to you by Shell Go Walpolitan Ghana, Western Union, Lesheho. Let's improve life. Good morning, I am Edwin Kwakofi. Straight into the bulletin now. And Ghana continues to produce exciting football talent, and Nashville's SC's Maxwell Woleji is one to watch. The young defender from Nima Accra has been climbing the ranks quickly and is being tipped as a future mainstay for the Black Stars. Coaches and fans are keeping a close eye on his progress as he prepares to make his mark internationally. There's more in this report.
Being passionate about football with a massive talent to boot got Maxwell Woleji to secure a place in the highly acclaimed Right to Dream Academy, where he found himself in the same space as future Black Stars players, including Mohamed Kudus and Abdul Momen. But making it in the very competitive environment wasn't easy.
As a new player, it's a bit difficult, because when you go there, you meet players from regionals, you meet players also from other countries in Africa, and you are going to compete against them and have trials against them as well. So after that, when you are lucky and they pick you, you have to join the categories, in the academy. When you get picked, then you have to make sure that these three things that I'm going to mention, your character, education, and football, that's what they assess you a lot on,
After a long spell in Portugal and featuring in the Danish top flight for FC Nordsjælland, the 24-year-old Woleji starred for Norwegian side Fredrikstad, where he won the 2024 Norwegian Cup and got adjudged Fredrikstad Player of the Year before joining Nashville SC in the United States of America.
I felt like it was a great opportunity on my table as well, and and other clubs that also showed interest. I'm lucky to also have some clubs showing interest because not everyone gets this opportunity. So when I assessed everything, I felt like Nashville was the right thing for me to do. You have to know the value of the team. You have to know the value of the league as well. You have to know who you are going to work with, the people around you. You know, when you have good people around you, that i.e. the coaches, the technical directors, the players, everyone, then you know you are going to a good place. And when you are going to a good place, then it's up to you to showcase yourself. So I assess Nashville and the league, and like you mentioning the names, the Messi's there. I know that I'm going to meet very, very good players.
Coincidentally, Woleji joins Nashville at a time the United States of America is preparing to co-host the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and having not featured for the World Cup-bound Black Stars in his career, Woleji is naturally raring to play for Ghana's national men's football team.
I've been wanting to play the Black Stars since I was in Nordjylland, so it's not something new, but I just have to make sure that in my club I give my best and do what I have to do for the people in charge to see who I am, which I know they know who I am. So as a player, everyone is hoping to play for the national team, and if you play for the national team, it's a proud moment for you and your family, you know. So of course I'm just going to play hard and train every day well and see what comes after, you know. So that's the goal, but it's the right destination for me now, and the goal is to go and push and hopefully big things in 2026.
That was the voice of Maxwell Woleji, ending the reports by Yao Ejimenta. Let's turn to some domestic football, and the round of 32 of the MTN FA Cup got underway yesterday with thrilling matches across the country. Defending champions Kumasi Asante Kotoko faced their local rivals King Faisal at the Babaya Sports Stadium. Kotoko came through with a 2-1 win, keeping their hopes of silverware alive despite a recent league setback. Elsewhere, Swedro All Blacks welcome Division 1 side Seshi All Stars. Mediama took on BBN Gold Stars at the TNA Park. Hearts of Lions played Nagod FC, and Temale City locked horns with Karela United. Staying with domestic football, Vision FC head coach Nana Kweku Ajiman says the Ghana Football Association's 18 million Ghana Citi financial boost has significantly eased the burden on Premier League clubs. The funds distributed through a new broadcast partnership with Adesa Productions, so each of the 18 top 5 flight clubs receive 1 million CDs, helping teams pay player salaries and improve technical support for coaches. Ajiman believes the initiative is a major step towards strengthening club finances and improving professionalism in the Ghana Premier League.
It's going well. Players are not complaining, and once players don't complain about salaries and bonuses, I think that it helps a lot.
Yeah.
Then with the technical team, we don't have a lot of load on us. When you look at equipment that comes to the field, and of course with the coaches, we need that to be able to finish, doing whatever we're doing. Players have GPS. My physical trainer is very happy with his GPS. Feeds us very well with information. So
I see.
Yeah, even in terms of the game.
Yeah.
Once somebody hits the red line on the game, he comes to say that, coach, this guy is tired. He said the red line will show us evidence.
That was the head coach of Vision FC, Nana Kweku Ajiman. Let's move to women's football, and former Black Star psychologist Dr. Patrick Ufori says the growth of the game in Ghana is being helped by a lack of conflict of interest in administration, allowing the sport to develop fairly. The Black Queens have impressed recently, qualifying for the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations with a 7-0 aggregate win over Egypt. They also made it to the quarterfinals of last year's WAFCON with a 4-1 win over Tanzania, their best performance in 4 years. Let's hear from Dr. Patrick Ufori.
There are no issues about conflict of interest. Those in the key positions within the FA, none of them are the owners of the female teams.
Okay.
Not the ESCOs, not the management committee. So we will look at the commercial aspect of the women's game, especially people wanting to have their players in the youth teams so that their players' profile will go up so that they can quickly transfer those players. Like we've seen that bedeviling with the women's team. The agenda and the interest, self-seeking interest is not that high within the women's game. And for that matter, you are likely going to see the successes and the gains. But when personal interests override that of the overall national goal, it's an issue. And that is why you can't also necessarily say that when Nora left, he left with Ghana football. The talent was there.
Dr. Patrick Ofori also dismissed calls for a separate committee to manage the Ghana sports fund, describing the idea as unnecessary.
With regards to how the money should be administered, I don't think we need any committee also. I think under the Sports Council, or we can say the Sports Ghana, like UK Sports UK or Sports England. But there is
the National Sports Authority
should be at the mandated agency that applications for the various federations and the athletes who want to go through. And why do I say that? You don't want to create another administrative bottleneck that the cost of running those committees and office will also be running the fund dry.
The voice of former Black Stars psychologist Dr. Patrick Ofori. To the Premier League, and at the GTEC Community Stadium, Brentford cruised to a convincing 3-0 win over Sunderland. Manchester City were held to a 1-1 draw by Brighton. Everton and Wolves also played out a 1-1 draw. At the Vitality Stadium, Bournemouth edged Tottenham 3-2 with Antoine Semenyo scoring a late winner. Cherries boss Andoni Iraola reflected on the performance of Semenyo amid growing speculation this could have been his final appearance for the club.
He deserved this moment. I'm happy that football has given him this moment that he will never forget, and also collectively I think we also deserved, not because of today probably, but because what has happened in the last games, where I think we've deserved much more, and it cannot always go to the other side. Sometimes the small details sometimes have to go to your side, and today at least balances a little bit, not everything, but a little bit, our last performances.
That was Bournemouth boss Andoni Iraola. Newcastle beat Leeds 4-3. Aston Villa and Crystal Palace played out a goalless draw, and Fulham claimed a 2-1 win over Chelsea. And that's the latest in the world of sport. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickoff was brought to you by Shell Go Well, Politan Ghana, Western Union, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I'm Edwin Kwakofi. The City Breakfast Show with Bernard Avle continues.
Papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Politan is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Politan, we get sumo, Rambo, and get sumo super. And the Politan, we did. Politan, papa no no, 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 Ankasa. The best. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
If you need unique services, come to Let's Go. Innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's go. We improve your life. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to Let's Go. No matter your situation, come to Let's Go. Let's go. We improve your life. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Let's go. We improve your life.
Every family is a team, and every player has a role. Mums and dads, siblings, grandparents, aunts and uncles, and even that one cousin who can't tell a foul from offside, but who always remembers your birthday. Even if you're far away, you can still score for your team. Send them money with Western Union. cash pickup in minutes. Check it out at westernunion.com.
Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytank, we did Polytank. Polytank, the original, always the best.
Your skin deserves the best care possible. Introducing Princess Premium Lotion, crafted with vitamin B3 for all your skin types. Choose from our 4 luxurious variants: Radiant Skin with cocoa butter and vitamin E, Skin Revitalization, enriched with aloe vera and vitamin E, Healthy Glow featuring lemon and vitamin E, plus SPF 15 sun protection, and Skin Rejuvenation with carrot oil and vitamin A. Take care of the future you with Princess Premium Lotion. Princess Premium Lotion is your perfect choice. Available now for your everyday skincare needs. The GC brand, it's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
This is a story of determination. This is the story of Anthony Owusu-Ansah and his delivery business, Shark Express. What started as one man's dream is now a thriving same-day delivery business that serves hundreds of families. Through financing, mentorship, business networks, and market access, APSA is helping businesses like Shark Express grow, create jobs, build futures, and deliver joy across Ghana. Behind Anthony's success isn't only hard work. It's having the right partner like APSA, one that helps him dream bigger and reach further every day. From funding to guidance, APSA stands with entrepreneurs who dare to dream.
We see your story and we invite you to write it with us. Your story matters. APSA.
Delicious Christmas with Maggie. Me and Maggie, so good together. This advert is FDA approved.
Today, we hit the streets to ask Ghanaians, what would you do with free fuel for 1 year?
Oh, road trips with the girls every weekend.
That's extra savings to help fix my car.
Charlie, 1 whole year, I'll finally be able to visit my mom without worrying about the distance.
This season, it's feeling after filling from Shell with new and improved fuels so you can do the things you love. Buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of new and improved Shell fuels and stand a chance to win. Free fuel for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 1 year. It's time to try the new and improved Shell fuels with additives that deliver efficiency, cleaning, protection, and performance. Don't miss out. Fill up with new and improved Shell fuels and get rewarded. Promo runs till the 28th of February 2026. T's and C's apply.
New and improved Shell fuels. Simply better by far.
In red, and it goes to
Echo. I hear say you be football encyclopedia. Name 2 countries that dominated football back to back.
Italy and Brazil, legends.
You deserve to see the ultimate football experience live and colored.
Enterprise Insurance Insurna Chile promo is now bigger. Just buy or renew your motor insurance for a chance to enjoy the ultimate football experience live. Feely. Hurry now.
Enterprise Insurance, I'm on my way.
Buy or renew your enterprise motor insurance and win free fuel coupons, shopping vouchers, airtime, plus a chance to enjoy an all-expense-paid ultimate football experience for 3 lucky winners. Promo runs from January to May 2026. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Enterprise, your advantage.
Whether you're buying water from your favorite spot in Osu, shopping online for the latest styles, or booking your next getaway to Dubai, MasterCard gives you the freedom to pay your way. Insert, tap, swipe, click. So many options, yet so easy. With layers of security protecting every payment, your money stays safe. From Trotro to travel, MasterCard connects you to the life you've earned and the one you dream of. Ask your bank for a MasterCard today. MasterCard. Safe, convenient, priceless.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Get what you got until you get what you need, y'all. You got to give a lot just to get what you need sometimes, y'all. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose. Busting loose. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose. Busting loose now. Busting loose in the evening.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Busting loose, y'all. Busting loose in the meantime. Busting loose make you feel fine. Talking about busting loose, girl. Busting loose to my love Jones. Busting loose to each his own. Talking about busting loose, y'all. Busting loose to my love Jones. Busting loose to each his own. Give me the bridge, y'all. I feel like busting loose. Give me the bridge, y'all. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose. Busting loose. I said, Shala, come on. Y'all said, put your on down. I said, Shala, get it. Y'all said, put your on down. I said, Shala, come on. Y'all said, put your on down. I said, Shala, hit it. Y'all said, put your on down. Give me the bridge now. Now I feel like busting loose. Give me the bridge, y'all. Give me the bridge, y'all. Now. I feel like busting loose. Busting loose now. Busting loose when you want to deal. Busting loose doing what you feel. Talking about busting loose, girl. Busting loose when you want to deal.
7:41.
Doing what you feel.
Happy birthday to Peter Chawe of the Strategy, Risk and Transactions Department of Deloitte. Belated happy birthday to Eunice Akosia Lechu, also from Deloitte, or of Deloitte, from your country managing partner Daniel Kojousu, and all staff of the organization. So Peter Chawe and Eunice Akosia Lechu. Happy birthday to Rashid Tanko Computer, Chief Executive Officer of GIFEC. He's also the acting Director of Elections of NDC. Happy birthday to Jessie Efua Benin. Thank you for being a loving daughter, a caring sister, and a role model in our lives. Your patience and beautiful heart make our family complete. We pray this new year brings you everything our heart desires. From Shiba, Eric, and the whole family. This is a long one from Dr. Gideon Cheidodu of UHAS and the children. I think Dr. Cheidodu is an Amanfo. The message is, happy 45th birthday, my love, from your from a childhood sweetheart to the strong, graceful, and incredibly beautiful woman you are. You've been my greatest blessing. Thank you for being my pillar of support, a devoted and loving mother to our children, and an astute and diligent banker, and yet so humble and kind. Today we celebrate the gift of life and the special grace of God upon you. We pray that this milestone here brings you deeper joy, renewed strength, divine favor, and many beautiful surprises. I love you more than words can express. From your husband, Dr. Gideon Cheidodu of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, and our children, Nana Kwesi, Abena Yeboah, and Kwame Kuduya. So she's a managing director of Access Bank East Cantonment branch. We have an update on the water matter that we brought to you from the Teshinungwa areas. To be fair to Stanley Mate, he did send us a schedule. So for what it's worth, we're going to read it. All the birthday requests are brought to you by MasterCard. So whilst today is the birthday of some nice people, today is the death day of the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act.
AGOA.
This was one of the best Afrocentric policies pushed by the Black Congressional Congress of the US, which gave opportunity for African countries to access the US market duty-free, quota-free. Now, you need to know that before AGOA, 90% of US imports from Africa were oil. Today, oil is down to just 20% of US-Africa trade relations. Under AGOA, African countries exported over $6 billion worth of goods, automobiles, apparel, food, and specialty goods. AGOA supported more than 1 million African jobs and nearly 500,000 US jobs. The reason I say this is a lot of times people feel like, look, what happens in the world superpower affects all of us.
True.
And what the Black Congressional Congress did in the early years with the work of people like Rosa Whittaker and co, AGOA was fantastic. Of course, it's been years since AGOA started, and we should have expanded our production capacity. All right. So Ghana, Lesotho, Kenya, Rwanda, all these countries got access to the US market. Today is the last day of AGOA. We don't know if this administration will review, renew, or make it come back in its shape or form. But I think we need to have a brief discussion on this. I'll spend some time on this at some point, linking it to what's happening in the US as we speak. The United States is at the crossroads. There was superpower with a president who's determined to put America first, captured the leader of a sovereign state because that leader will not do what they want, redefining the global landscape, threatening to invade Greenland or buy it up, which is effectively a member of NATO. Essentially, the world order is being changed right before our eyes, and we don't seem to have a say, or we don't seem to matter in that discussion. Chinese and the Russians getting closer. The Middle East, cash rich, citizens have a good life. Latin America, they have their problems, and with what's happening, they are facing a severe test of their own sovereignty with what's happening with the Monroe Doctrine. And the Americans, when they see anything that happens there, they are not happy. The question is, so where does Africa sit in all of this? And what should our response be as a people? Think about that. This morning, on my way to work, I was listening to the chilling account on the BBC of how a 37-year-old widow was killed by the ICE immigration group, the ICE officials. If you listen to the narration, they just killed her, you know. And there's a lot of things to think about there. So while we solve our problems, we cannot be oblivious of external issues that have a big effect on us. So yes, the UFIASM is important, but we also need to be aware of where the world is headed and how we can be competitive. So for example, the way the world has changed economically, how are we training our young people for them to be competitive? How are we training them for them to be able to produce value-added things so that our economies will transform, so that we will not be as weak as we've been for the past 70 years? All these questions are very important for us to think about. But let me do a few quick announcements. Then Caleb will read out the schedule that the Ghana Water Company sent for the people who live in the Teshinungwa enclave. And then we will bring you Effective Living Series Day 4, Effective Time and essentially life management. Mami Gezi, 565. That's where she works. Our WhatsApp number is 053-998-6996. There's another question I just want to put out before we even get into this. Well, no, let me not put it out. Let me
why not?
No. You know,
the money is already too heavy for you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask whether what is happening in the US with the capture of Maduro whether this is like the portent of another world war. But I don't want to go. I don't want to think about. I think it's too far. I'm thinking too far.
Yes,
yeah,
you're overthinking.
Yes, I'm overthinking it. So let me know. That's why I said I wouldn't say it.
Yes.
Yeah, because I feel like people have gotten to a stage where they know that we all lose when there's a war.
Yeah.
We all lose when there's a war, and I think the Russia-Ukraine war and how long it's lasted should advise any warmonger to think very deeply, because it was 2022 February that they started. And it's like two schoolboys are fighting. They are pata. You say you pata, then they leave you to fight. No more. Stop.
What's easy to start, but very
difficult to end. But I'm worried about the world. I'm really, really worried. I'm very worried about UN, US, WTO, Africa. You know, today I heard a news story that the Burkina Faso president, or the
said they had tried.
The Burkina Faso defense minister said there had been an assassination attempt against Traore.
They had failed it.
You know, it makes me so nervous. You know, and all that's happening in Mali, you know, Niger, the Sahel, Nigeria, all the confusion with, you know.
Oh well.
I don't know.
I get you,
Charlie. For years, owning a home felt far away, a dream for others, but not for all. At Locust Estate, we believe every Ghanaian deserves comfort, dignity, and modern living. That's why we are building beautifully designed 3-bedroom houses, townhouses, which are safe, secure, and community focused, with a clubhouse, gym, swimming pool, and 24/7 security. And if you want more, from premium family homes to stylish apartments, Locust Estates gives you smart designs in prime locations. Call 0200 557 704 or visit locustestate.com today. Locust Estate, modern living made possible. Ago Ghana.
Amen.
Ago Ghana.
Amen.
Are you tired of the Accra hustle and traffic?
Tell me.
Take a quick escape to the cool, peaceful mountains of Ebri.
My God.
At Big Postal Wellness Center.
Thank you.
Whether it's for business,
sharp,
a weekend for two,
or
you and wifey,
on the move,
or pure relaxation,
or what?
Big Postal gives you calm, comfort, and fresh mountain air.
Tell me.
the perfect place to rest and reset. And it's only a 30-minute drive from Accra.
Okay.
Visit once, you never want to leave. Asumdwe Kesia Pa. Call 0200 557 699 or visit bigposoresort.com to book today. Big Poso Wellness Resort. Peace lives here. Can it be guided?
Don't worry at all.
Shell is offering you some fantastic deal. Drivers from all over Ghana, including Emmanuel Emisa Datsun from Accra, Ajepon Ajay Collins of Kumasi, and Bright Aqua from Takrady, have already won free fuel.
Nice.
By just trying the new and improved Shell fuel. You could be the next in our upcoming weekly draw. From now till 28th February, buy 300 cedis or more worth of fuel and stand the chance to win big. 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even end of year fuel for free.
Okay.
Visit the nearest Shell service station, fill up, and get into the draw. This promo is regulated by the Caritas Lottery Platform under the auspices of the NLA. All right, Cracks Training Institute announces AB Level 6 Diploma in Business Management, a UK accredited qualification officially recognized by Ghana, provides a smarter route to degree equivalence, enabling HND holders, diploma graduates, and working professionals to achieve the same academic recognition in less time. It's designed for professionals and AB Level 6 Diploma, and it can be completed in 1 year. Admissions are currently underway at Cracks Training Institute, spelled crux.edu.gh. Call 055 222 2217.
Charlie, listen, if you did drive this one there, you for Hill. Trusted for 102 years, Enterprise Insurance just dropped the Insure Not Chili promo. Is the road to ultimate football experience. When you insure your car with Enterprise, you don't just get protection, you get extra rewards. You will enjoy free fuel coupons, airtime, shopping vouchers, and stand a chance to win an all-expense paid ultimate football experience live at a stadium. Insure your car now with Enterprise Insurance and be part of the Insure Not Chili promo. Promo runs from now till May 2026, is regulated by the NLA on its Caritas Lottery Platform. Enterprise Insurance is your advantage.
I have a question. I want to be mysterious today.
Okay. I like mischief.
The people, the Ghanaians who were supporting President Trump when they were commenting on US elections, how is their market today?
Why you feel they would be thinking differently about it?
You know, the way he even cancelled AGOA and made it expire easily. This beautiful thing that Clinton signed in the year 2000, which gave our producers, look, there's a company in Ghana called No, DTRT, Do the Right Thing, an export-oriented manufacturer founded in 2013. It's an American and German and Ghanaian entrepreneurs who founded it.
They make apparel.
Beautiful. Yeah. I mean, go and see the people working there. I don't know what they will do now. Hopefully, they will find other markets.
Yes.
My point is, sometimes we follow U.S. politics emotionally. And we're like, oh, Trump is coming to do reset, Charlie, which of the things he's doing is helping us? Let's be honest, those who supported him, which of the things he's doing would you say
it depends on where you sit, you know. There are those who make the argument of, look, every country needs to fix its own affairs and focus on its business. And so if you had focused on fixing your country, you wouldn't be caught so much in the quagmire of the decision making of another. So perhaps many years of just thinking others will solve your problems for you, you now have to wake up to the reality of a president who feels that his interest is just purely the benefits of his country and no other person. I think if you talk about AGOA, there are certain countries who have already started negotiating their own terms. I think South Africa, Kenya have gone there with their own delegations to have conversations about, well, if not the general agreement, they can do their own independent deals. You know, because if you look at the apparel market in Kenya, for instance, and what the good they have gotten from AGOA, it's something that they would be very interested in keeping, and the US has also benefited from it. So it's also something that they might be amenable to. So I think it's about finding the best ways to engage. I guess for a very long time, people were used to the world working in a way that was predictable, in a manner that did not upset the rule books that have been written for centuries. Unfortunately, we cannot pretend as if we have not been aware of the changing order globally. I mean, it had been coming. You and I have had conversations about leaders like Orban in Hungary. We've had conversations about, even on our own continent, if you look at Tunisia, the president who has come in, you know, there's a very hard line nation first principle that is running around. People are no longer really interested in, oh, well, we are here for each other, particularly because the world has also become pretty difficult. Resources are scarce, and the stronger ones are looking to secure more resources for themselves in order to protect their numbers, because if they can't look after their country, then they will also have problems. Sometimes that is to our disadvantage, but I think we are bearing the brunt of it more this side of the world, because for years we have built up a reliance, even when opportunities have presented itself for us to grow out of some of these problems, we did not, because it was just that much easier
but you know,
to corrupt our way out of it.
I agree with you when you say we need to be responsible for our own development. But you see, when a country says America first, for example, if Trump says America first, what he's doing is not really just America first.
Of course.
It's actually hurting other countries badly. Because if you go to a country and carry their president and arrest him, and you threaten that you invade other countries. So my point is that
but hold on.
It may be America first, but we are all not safe. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
And also what I'm trying to say is that if Venezuela and other countries can get this type of I mean, a country, a superpower can just come and take your president. It's making me wonder under what type of pressure our governments work, and whether even these deals benefit us. Because think about it. Maduro meets Chinese leaders, and he intends to sell his oil to them. He's probably not going to sell it in dollars. All right. He has the world's largest oil reserves. So we know that he was removed or kidnapped, or whatever word you want to use, because of economic reasons.
Yes.
So you use military power to protect economic interests. We have no military power. So what I'm thinking about is, so how many deals have we signed under duress as African countries? Because if Maduro, so my question is, even all this, AGOA is great on paper, and to be fair, the numbers speak for themselves.
Yes.
But even that, are they really? You see, because sometimes when I wonder about underdevelopment, is it because our leaders don't know what to do, or that the world order has been structured such that you are actually forced to be poor? Because if you can go to a country that has the wealth, and by the way, almost all the countries with a lot of resources, which are not advanced countries, are under some sort of confusion. DRC, they are rare earth minerals, always confusion. Even Nigeria, they are about the 11th producer of oil, some matter there. Almost all the countries with resources who are not Western or China or Japan, something is going on there. So I ask myself, is somebody not instigating this?
Clearly.
Because the person wants to control you. So that brings me back to our underdevelopment. Is it because our leaders have been unable to, or not been allowed to? Because if military power is what protects economic interests, and African countries have very weak defense systems, then maybe some of our economic underdevelopment is foisted upon us by the coercion of advanced countries who present some sort of dialogue, but really behind the scenes is not an even. Because how can you go to somebody's country and capture their president and say that the guy is a drug, whatever, take him to your country in handcuffs and say you are taking him to court? He hasn't attacked you. He hasn't. He's sitting in his country doing his own thing. Fine, he may be a criminal or he may, whatever. Like it doesn't. I don't understand. So okay. So what if? What if right now China decides that
they'll do the same with Taiwan?
They think Taiwan, or let's even look for another country, Laos. Burma, they are misbehaving, so they will also go and invade them. Then Germany too gets up and says, Liechtenstein, you are not serious, or Morocco, you are misbehaving. Let's also go there. Then Australia goes to. What's going to happen? Or then Nigeria says, Benin, this days boom. Like it's crazy, you know. After 1945 and the World War, this whole UN thing was meant to help protect. But it seems as if it's only working for some people.
Yeah, but it's been building up, hasn't it? It's been building up. The whole weakness of the international order, you know, and whether it's been fit for purpose for a very long time. I think it's a conversation.
So are we helpless? My question is, what can we do? So we in Africa today. So will we ever develop? Because if what the Americans are doing is a clue to anything, development is not purely based on merit. It's also based on whether those who guard the door will allow you in.
Yes, but it's also I think we started with a handicap by that time in the continent. We started with a handicap basically because of the way the pacification of the continent and how it was done strategically by the European powers who did so. And so we have also grown to love the pacification. And Kwame Nkrumah, Nyerere, Seda Senghor, that generation of leadership who were very vested in seeing us wiping out some of those lines.
And ask us how they all ended.
Exactly.
All the leaders, Patrice Lumumba, Kwame Nkrumah, Thomas Sankara, Julius Nyerere, Robert Mugabe, I could go on. All the leaders who have taken a principal
position,
position
getting international bad reps
for Africa first,
through coups,
or we want to change the world order.
Isolated.
Either some local person shoots them, there's a coup d'etat.
They get isolated by the international order.
So everybody who wants to challenge,
you know what I'm saying, that
Western hegemony so the only person who succeeded is China. The only person who
have they?
Okay, the reason China is able to compete is that they have a military deterrent force. If China were some weak country with just some great ideas, they will go and put warships in front of their country and say, hey, you can't do that. The only reason China is able to stand up to the US, it has not slowed down in technology, and militarily, they are formidable. And the US cannot risk a full-blown war against them. So I'm asking myself, so as Africa, should we rethink what we want to do? Because this thing we are doing now.
But at the moment, that's pretty difficult. Half the continent is in hunger, half is in conflict, half are in debt. Nobody, half is facing insurgency.
Created by.
I know, you know, I understand. Hold on, I understand that some of it is created by external forces.
Not
okay.
some of it.
No, I'm just saying. I don't.
A whole lot of it.
A lot of it. Okay, a lot of it is created by external forces. But the point I'm trying to make is, there's always been an advantage for them. Okay, but I am simply saying it's also based on the type of leadership we've produced, and also the citizenry's interest in short-term solutions. We've always, for some reason, we like vibes, which is why the last two Afrobarometers that we discussed here, we told people should be cautious, because why was there suddenly an interest in a rise in the popularity of military rule across the continent? It wasn't just 3 or 4 countries. If you looked at the last two Afrobarometers and the outcomes, particularly on the take on our citizenry approving of military rule, it had gone up across the continent. Everybody was saying the numbers had gone up quite in a disturbing manner. Why? Why is it that at that point citizens were not saying democracy is good and that it brings economic development, and then citizens were rather saying that the way to get out of our problems is to be rather vested in the military? So what kind of thinking, because this is not isolated then. this is a lot of, you are looking at 15, 16, 17,
Yeah,
sometimes 19 to 21 countries telling you, we don't mind if we are run by the military.
Let's put that in context, though. When I agree with you that the sentiment for military rule has gone up, but I also need to say to you that Afrobarometer started in 1999.
99, yes.
When they started, they could only work in 11 countries.
Yes.
Because of the 40-something sub-Saharan African countries they wanted to work in. Many of them didn't even have the conditions to allow you to send an enumerator to go and ask a person a question about their government. Data. Today, they are in 39 countries.
Yes.
So if you want to also... So whilst I admit that, of course, these are ebbs and flows. I admit that, yes, people's sentiment was military. African countries have also opened up better. In fact, Professor Jimabide was interviewed by the head of IMF for Africa.
Yeah.
And he said, we should look at the democracy thing from a long-term view. He says, when I started this thing in 1999, we could only send enumerators in 11 countries. Now they are in 39. Even though some of the countries don't like the results we give, at least you can work there.
Yes.
So military adventurism is there. And by the way, I've already said to you that there is not one way of economic development.
True. We've had that conversation.
Good. So we should be more concerned about whatever government system we are running, not delivering development and our vulnerability as Africa. And I'm asking that now that we are being forced to choose between China and the US, because this whole AGUA discussion is about US in 2000 said, we can't just be buying oil from Africa.
True.
Let's buy shoes, let's buy clothes, let's buy textiles, let's buy tekura. Companies were created and we benefited, right?
Immensely.
Now you've allowed AGOA to...
Some have benefited, not all.
Good. If AGOA dies, China may open its market. Of course, we can't compete with China because we can't manufacture better than them. So we are in a catch-22, right? The US may... I think it's a sad day because there's no way I can manufacture a shoe better than a Chinese based on the current level of economic development I have. The Chinese may even take my textile material and produce it better than my tailor can do. But at least the Americans were buying some of our products. So AGOA was great. AGOA is ended. China is competing against US, not necessarily because they will make Africa freer. It's going to be another new form of bondage. All right. So my question is, when will African countries get up and say, you know what? Yes, we have differences, but we have over 1 billion people. We have resources. Let's begin to assert ourselves. Because nobody is going to give you. Look, China had to fight for what it has. Go to WTO. They said the US must recognize that China has a right to develop. So all these lawsuits and all these things you are using to confuse and to frustrate us, we will not back down. So they built their technological capabilities, they built their military capabilities, and they built their educational capabilities. So now they are superpower. In 30 years, they are, you understand? But we are sitting here, we are fighting. And development requires force. And my question is, what are we doing? We have to wake up. Because what Trump is doing, there's no way Africa is a priority to him. Right? And what's happening in China doesn't necessarily benefit us. I bought a furniture set for 2,000 cedis. His cousin can do it for me. He can't do it in the same amount of time. And he certainly can charge me 2,000 for it. So our manufacturing is probably going to even collapse. So where are we going? What are we doing? So are we just going to die? Why can't we also wake up and say, like China, we too, we will do? Why? Is it that we don't have what it takes? Is it that we are not wise enough? What is wrong? Is it that we there? What is it? If under 2 leaders and 3, China has become a global superpower, Africa and China have the same population. Why can't we say, forget about Togo and Nigeria, let's work together? Why can't Africans get up and say, we too, we are something?
Yeah, but that's the point I'm saying. Why? But then it becomes a matter of leadership then, doesn't it? At the moment, let's talk about this, if you want us to have this conversation. Niger doesn't talk to Benin. Burkina Faso is accusing Cote d'Ivoire of working against its interest. Ghana is looking at Togo and Burkina Faso all the time, although we pretend to be nice. Nigeria and Cameroon have a line in the middle where there are problems. Once in a while, they fight over oil in some stretch. Then there's a Bakassi forest as well, and the problems that we talk about. Then we go to, that's coastal West Africa. Then let's go to the Sahel region and all the chaos that is ongoing there. You are talking about Chad. Charlie, you are talking about...
You are depressing me now, Seth.
So I'm just saying that at what point do you think these leaders will have the time to say, guys, let's get into one room and have a conversation? Because the leaders in those one are rivals. They don't trust each other.
But do they know that their rivalry is not just internal but also instigated by other people?
Yes, but at that point it's about survival of that person.
Yeah. So it's not thinking.
It's regime survival. It's not country survival. We have a lot of that's why I'm saying that we've moved from a generation of leaders who were interested in country survival. Now we have
regime security.
It's just basically regime security across in most parts of the continent. You just have leaders who are interested in how do I perpetuate my stay, and which foreign country is willing to help me perpetuate that stay based on what they get from me. That's all.
Let's do tech and social media trends. You know, but Mali sang a song.
Yeah, man.
Say Africa unite.
Not gonna happen.
It has to happen.
He was dreaming.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
It has to. Let's bring you tech and social media
Check
trends.
some bad songs.
Charlie, look for the song for me. Don't mind this guy. Charlie, the African matter, be serious. Anyway.
Tech and social media trends is brought to us by First Bank Ghana. You experience banking like never before with First Mobile or Quick Banking with the hashtag *894#. Your bank will be in your hands. Make real-time transactions with First Mobile or Quick Banking *894#. Enjoy fast, secure, convenient banking anytime, anywhere. Key services include instant airtime data purchase, funds transfer to and from your Momo wallets, interbank and intra-bank service, transfers, plus much more. Download the First Mobile app from the App Store or Play Store, or simply dial *894#. Follow the prompts, join thousands of customers and join seamless banking. For more details, First Solutions, call us 0596-921-921. First Solutions at firstbankgroup.com. Shoot us an email, Firstbank you first.
Edwin Kwakufi is here with the segment. Edwin, welcome.
Thank you very much, Bernard. I'll make this as brief as possible. The top trend in Ghana is Ken Ofori-Atta, Ghana's former finance minister, who has been detained by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement units in the U.S. over concerns that he may have overstayed his visa. His lawyers say he's cooperating fully with the investigations and to resolve the issue as quickly as possible. But apparently, Mr. Ofori-Atta has a pending petition for adjustment of his status, which would allow him to remain legally in the U.S. beyond the visa. So that is the biggest issue in Ghana at the moment.
Entering it from all directions.
And we remain with ICE, and this is an issue that you were justifiably upset with. Protests are ongoing in Minneapolis after an ICE agent shot a 37-year-old woman in her car, Renee Nicole Good. Yeah, very worrying issue. They claim, the Department of Homeland Security claims that she weaponized her vehicle and opened fire on an agent, which is what forced the agent to return fire, shooting her in the face. Yeah, and more details. The Department of Homeland Security also said that she almost ran over the agent. The word they used was viciously, ran over the agent, and they are even shocked that he's alive. However, there's a video.
The video speaks for itself.
The video speaks for itself.
They are just lying.
Yeah, the video speaks for itself, and it's more worrying because where the incident happened was just 4 blocks away from where George Floyd was killed. You know, that sparked protests in Minneapolis, which they are still recovering from. And one of the reporters I listened to said, if you were shocked by the extent of the protests in Minneapolis, then it's going to explode because the protests are ramping up against ICE and the government for the crackdown on illegal immigrants in the U.S. Supposedly, yeah. So we move on from that worrying story to Nigeria, and they deserve a special segment on this show because
is it still their football team?
It's their football team.
What again?
Yes, they threatened to boycott training.
Oh no!
And the AFCON quarterfinal against Algeria. Yeah, because
why?
They are unpaid bonuses.
Oh Lord!
Unpaid bonuses. So the players informed the officials that they would not train or board the flight to Marrakesh on Thursday unless they receive their winning bonuses from
Tournament
the
where
4
it being give you like
matches at the tournament. So that caused a bit of issue, but today the Nigerian football president Ibrahim Musa Gusau has said that the issue has been resolved. The players have been shown documents that their payment is being processed, so they can go ahead with the game.
I would don't do like Brazil 2020, because if you carry the dollars and give them to be smelling.
Okay, so a final trend: Antoine Semenyo ahead of his move to Manchester City. He was a match winner for Bournemouth, scoring in the 95th minute against Spurs as they won 3-2. And you could tell the emotion from him after the goal and after the game as well. He basically was saying goodbye to the Bournemouth fans, and I mean, it was a way
He's going to swim in his new millions.
Yes, he is. He's
Do you have his phone number? I want to call him and tell him I'm his uncle. The uncle is from his village that he didn't know. So let's have a family meeting.
Yeah. His star is about to rise.
The name Semenyo there.
Yo.
Oh,
Vinyan Semenyo ala kia. The viore Semenyo.
Let's talk.
Po dawari nyinya yumato. Ika ujimre peki.
No, you know. No, when you become famous, people emerge.
No, but you know, his mother is pretty popular. She used to be an actress back in the day.
In Ghana?
Yeah, Madame Jeble.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, he's done well. It's a great story.
The family tree is about to get bigger.
Charlie, we are all connected.
So in tech news, and this is an update from the story I brought you earlier in the week, that X was facing issues for having unsolicited AI-generated sexual videos, images on the page. So this is an update from the UK, and tech companies will be required to block these images anytime they appear.
Okay.
So it's been a criminal offense in England and Wales since 2024, but it's become a high priority offense under Britain's Online Safety Act. So platforms like Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X are required to block and report any of such images they see online or face sanctions. So something that we could look at as well.
Somebody said Semenyo's father used to play for Co United.
Yes, Larry.
Larry Semenyo.
Yes.
Hey, Charlie, this thing, the connection, we have to.
His mother went to Mali.
Charlie, we have to find these people.
You have to. And when they finish, and then they will slot it in. I don't know.
That's all.
By the way, so you know what to do.
This guy's talking. That was taking some immediate friends. Yeah.
For a bank to rely on, let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Would we say to bank baby, no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe, universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt, they tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed do I'm like us, do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first, treat you first. Somebody see crap, yeah. Think about you first, think about you first.
You first, First Bank.
Auntie T, I beg, fix me go betete Ghana. No gari, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, bruh, that be dangerous combination, no?
Problem no day. I feel handle am.
For Telecel, with the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you want them. That *530#, then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Today, we hit the streets to ask Ghanaians, what would you do with free fuel for 1 year?
Oh, road trips with the girls every weekend.
That's extra savings to help fix my car.
Charlie, 1 whole year, I'll finally be able to visit my mom without worrying about the distance.
This season, it's feeling after filling from Shell with new and improved fuels so you can do the things you love. Buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of new and improved Shell fuels and stand a chance to win. Free fuel for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 1 year. It's time to try the new and improved Shell fuels with additives that deliver efficiency, cleaning, protection, and performance. Don't miss out. Fill up with new and improved Shell fuels and get rewarded. Promo runs till the 28th of February 2026. T's and C's apply.
New and improved Shell fuels. Simply better by far.
Imagine a place where every child's laughter becomes a song.
A place where we can learn from animals, play, and just be happy with mommy and daddy.
A place where hearts grow together. That place is Safari Eco Park. Here, amusement is the joy that unites us all.
Mommy, I can see the emus all the way up here on the canopy wall.
Careful, dear. There is more fun to be had.
This zebra is my new friend. Her name is Stripey, and the wildebeest is Sandy.
Hi, Stripey and Sandy.
With so much amusement like targets and obstacle games, ant caves, fantasy rides, and a vast range of wildlife.
What is this place?
This is an aviary, home to over 400 of the most vibrant birds in the world. The biggest aviary in West Africa.
Wow, the biggest?
Yes, and guess what? Open your palm.
Daddy, look, you're eating from my palm.
That's amazing.
I want to stay at Safari Eco Park. I don't want to go back to Ghana.
But honey, Safari Eco Park is in Ghana.
What?
How much did all of this cost, honey?
350 Ghana cedis for you and I, 250 for teenagers, 150 for kids, and absolutely free for children under 6.
We should have brought the kids here sooner.
I know.
Safari Eco Park is only 1 hour drive from Accra. It's unforgettable.
In Ghanaian parlance, Agrobesa, every anapa. To wit, if the festival will be entertaining, it starts from the morning. If 2026 will be amazing, it will very much depend on what we do in January. We bring you the Effective Learning Series 2026 on 97.3 Citi FM with different weekly themes. Week 1, know where you want to go. Week 2, develop a plan to get there. Week 3, build capacity to get there. Week 4, take charge and soar. Tune in to 97.3 Citi FM to get a good head start on 2026. The Effective Living Series 2026 airs every weekday in January at 9:15 a.m. prompt, only on 97.3 Citi FM. The Effective Living Series is sponsored by Petra and Hallmark Freight and Consultancy Ghana Limited.
Hey, is it my TV or my eyes? Why? If you say everything clear past my future.
Charlie, it's not your eyes, it's the TCL C6K QD Mini LED TV.
With QD Mini LED technology, you get deep blacks, bright highlights, and colors so real. See, even the referee's board head, they shine.
Movies, football, gaming, every detail sharp like a new razor blade.
If your old TV they show bleh bleh, Charlie, it's time to upgrade.
Visit any Electroland Ghana shop for yours and enter the ongoing Achedia promo.
TCL C6K QD Mini LED TV.
TCL, inspire greatness.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Africa unite, 'cause we're moving right out of Babylon, and we're going to our father's land. Yeah. How good and how pleasant it would be before God and man, yeah, to see the unification of all Africans, yeah. Has it been said already? Let it be Grooving to how our fathers sang.
8:27. Bob Marley.
Good and pleasant it would be.
Good morning, Bernard. Africa's issue of underdevelopment looks predetermined, knowing the likes of Nkrumah saw it clearly and fought it at the peril of their lives. If we don't create our own future, we'll live in the ones others have created. Russia and America are neighbors separated by a sea of 90-kilometer distance, but they fight each other for power and resources as if they are distant enemies. Alaska was bought from Russia by America. In Africa, our leaders don't see the future or involve the so-called future leaders. They lead for their own gain and self-interest. Ours is a lost case. A case study of how to underdevelop people who don't know what development means. Oh, Charlie. Very, very sad message this morning from a listener, Charlie. All right, let me just do this quickly. Caleb, so Mr. Marty said he sent you the schedule for the Teshinunga people. So you should publish it on your website, but I think you should also read through some quick highlights. But yes, Caleb, go ahead.
Fantastic. So you have a schedule here. It says area, days, period, and source.
So the day they will get water.
And the period, how long it will last.
Messy.
And where it will come from.
Okay.
So this is water supply schedule for Teshi, Nungwa, Bachona, Sakumono districts.
Okay.
And it started in October 2025. So number one, you have areas like Nungwa, and under Nungwa you have Shell Signboard, Entrance University, Endpoint, Afresco Down, Nurses Quarters, parts of Hydra Form Estates, and then parts of Bachona, Frimpoma Estates, Nkrumah Flats, and their environs. Now, for all those within these neighborhoods, they only will have water flow through their taps on Wednesday, and that's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if by 9 a.m. no one is at work, and by 3 p.m. no one is home, no water for you with that.
The problem with that thing is that it's an October schedule. I'm not even sure if that's what is working in September, November or December, whatever.
Yeah, and the source is Tema BPS Motorway. And then there is Teshi Tebibiano, Mana Mission, Triblau, Kamtu, Malik, Rice and Sugar, Agbilizan, Penny, Roundabout, and their environs.
Wow, look at some names.
How are we going to develop?
How can you develop when you have names like this?
Rice and Sugar.
And then they will also have water on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Wednesdays to Thursdays from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. I like this one. You wake up early, you can get water. And their sources Accra BPS. And they share the same with those around Nungwa Green Hotel, Maryville, Manette, Okwegono, O'Reilly, Hydra Form K&P Lines, Unique Child School, Elizabeth Courts, Afresco Estate, and their environs. So 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. Wednesday to Thursday.
Okay.
Now in Teshi, you have Teshi Zongo.
Which means today they should get water because today is Thursday.
Yes.
Okay.
From 4 a.m. to 4 p.m.
So if you live in these areas and you have water, let me know. If you don't have water, to Stanley Mate.
Sharp. In Teshi, we have Teshi Zongo, Greda Estate, Teshi Fertilizer, Aboma, Demo, La Scala, Bush Road, Teshi Rasta, Krobo 1 and 2, Teshi Nungwa Estates, Teshi Old Town, King Kote, Guest Inn. King Kote, thank you. Kofi Annan Military Training Center. Oh, okay.
They are getting the water shortage matter.
Yeah. Southern Command, Staff College, 48 Engineers Regiment, and their environs. Theirs is today, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
You have water on Thursday.
Yes.
So if you live in these areas, your water should be flowing comfortably.
Sharp.
For the day.
Yes.
According to the schedule.
As is with the people in Nungwa, Paraku Estate, Abrantier, Pharmaceutical, Odache Lamte, Glow Lamb, Coastal Down, Boundary Road, Kwating Hospital, Ravico, Buede, Nunsek, and Brigade. Okay, there is Adogono, Regimanuel Estate, Adum, parts of Teshi Nungwa Estates, Greda Estate Extension, Maranatha, Kiosk Estate. Okay, Nautical, Nungwa Station, Cantamanto. Oh, okay, Methodist, Presby, Junction Mall, C5, Cold Store, Cocoa Beach, Blue, and their environs. All of you get water today.
The names don't even inspire confidence.
Blue. Yeah, and then there is Sakumona Estate Celebrity Golf Community Railway Area Communities 13 and 14, Sakumona Village Vivian Farm FM and their environs.
All getting water on Thursday.
Today, yes.
Ayo.
Together with Bachona, this is communities 16 and 17, Texpo Market areas, parts of community 18, KFC and their environs. All of you are getting water today, or you're supposed to be getting water.
All right. What about Friday?
So on Friday, Teshi Zongo comes back.
Yeah.
Greta Estate is back. Teshi Fertilizer is back. Aboma, Demo, La Scala, Bush Road, Teshi Rasta, Krobo 1 and 2, Teshi Nungwa Estate.
Okay, so hold on. Let's do it this way. Yeah. So there's Nungwa 1, Nungwa 2.
Yeah.
There's Teshi 1, there's Teshi 2.
Correct.
And then there's Sakumono.
Bachona.
Good. So it seems as if from the schedule, Wednesdays, Nungwa 1 gets water.
Yeah.
Wednesday into Thursday, Teshi 1, Nungwa 2, Teshi 2, Nungwa 2 gets water.
Correct.
Then on Fridays, Teshi and Nungwa both get water. Sakumono gets water on Thursdays.
Yeah.
We'll publish a schedule on our website. If the names sound like places you live, please check it out and let's know. We're using this as a case study to check if the comments or the answers given us by the official are working. So if you live in these areas, you should have had water either yesterday, or you should be having water today, or you should have water tomorrow, according to the schedule they've posted. What is curious about the schedule is that it has October 2025. I don't know whether that's when it starts, whether it's still what the schedule is, or whether that's the schedule still running. We don't know. All right.
So what schedule? Is it like a rationing?
Yes,
schedule?
he said they ration the water, so you get water once a week or twice a week. This is a schedule for you getting water.
This comes after utility tariffs increment.
As you like, without prejudice, without prejudice to utility tariff. This one has been, according to the official. This is the schedule running since October. So if you live in these places, you should have water at least 12 hours one of the days that Caleb mentioned. So either a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, you have water.
So if you miss that day, you are dead.
So buy polytank.
Those who supply the water.
Yeah.
If I miss that day, where do they get water from?
That's a good question. As in the tanker people.
Yeah.
He said there's national security, there's police, and other people who also give water
for free.
But we don't buy from those people.
According to him, they are not supposed to sell it.
So those who buy, I'm not dealing with those people. I'm dealing with those we buy.
So no, he Mr. Mate said, fetch water when we give it to you as Ghana water once a week.
If I miss it,
then you buy
from who?
Or you get it for free from national security.
What? How do we know the national security water and what's the difference?
He didn't tell me.
I would like to know who has
who has their number.
He said police to give water.
Who has their number?
He didn't say.
Or who got some of the free water?
Yeah,
I don't know.
My frustration is that why do we continue to pay more for really bad services? For really bad services from the state? Why don't we then all buy water from the water tankers and forget about the water company, the state water company? Because what's the point?
Well, the water. Okay, I'm not here to play defense.
What did he say?
Let me. So when I called Mr. Mate, I said to him, look, people in the Teshinungwa area say they haven't had water for 3 months. Then he said, well, generally they ration water.
Why?
Because the water volumes they produce. No, let me not. No, I don't know. He said it's ration water. Let me not even try and go there. He said it's ration water.
Why?
Wait. He said there are 2 sources of water for that area. He said some of them get water from the Bon water treatment plant and some from the desalination plant. Then he said this desalination plant for some time has not been working and there's some issues that the government is trying to deal with in terms of the contract. So those who are severely affected by the desalination plant are the Teshinungwa people. Then he said some of the water from Bon comes to them. So there's pressure on the water because the development has outpaced the ability of us to supply water. So now he urges people to store water. Then I said, is there a schedule? And so I'll give you the schedule. Then the schedule is what the guy has read. They said, in addition to the schedule, they also have national security and police people routinely giving people free water.
Bernard,
Yes.
You can't even find space
a decade
to chase the US when you are chasing national security water. How are you going
to
chase
Can I just say, about a decade or so ago, I interviewed Mr. Stanley Marty on a different platform about rationing water.
Yes, please. And what did he say at the time?
And we are in 2026.
Still rationing water in Accra.
I mean...
Okay, let's take it one by one. Generally, Ghana has more fresh water resources than its neighbors. So in theory, if we had production capacity, we shouldn't be rationing water or lacking water. The Volta Lake is very big. We have found ways of generating water from it at various treatment plants. So for example, let's take some of the Densu. We have water at Weja, is the Densu, right? If you go to the river Ayensu, it gives people water in Kwenyako. If you go to Winneba, the Ayensu still gets there, they get water. You go to Kpong, it provides water for Southern Volta. Community water is also generating water from other parts of the Volta Lake for people. So generally the resources, the freshwater resources are there. I think the challenge is getting the machinery and the transmission lines to the last mile, and then having a viable payment system that can make the water company run effectively. So let's assume you live at, give me an area which is far from Accra, like where you are building a house. Bechile, you've built a new house. In theory, the pond treatment plant should be able to provide enough raw water for you. But somebody has to lay a cable between the main line and your house. Now, again, not playing devil's advocate, the understanding is that when you were going to build your house, you didn't wait to see the plan the water company had to transmit water to that area. You bought the land from some chief and started building your house. All right, and you built many houses. So to connect.
So just so the water company was also sitting there watching.
Yes, because it's not their job to determine who builds a house. Their job is to provide water. So
to the extent that there will be an issue of the flow of water where you put the lines.
So they have to take care of those who they have contractual agreements with. But because you build that house there, and you also through some mechanism or lobbying also managed to get pipes to connect water to your house, it put pressure on the already existing people. And because we didn't plan for you,
we didn't plan at all.
So now you have put pressure on the system. So they are having to work overtime. They don't have enough capital to extend the water to your house early enough. And then I'm coming. I'm speaking for the water company. And in addition to all this, people are also doing galamsey.
Exactly.
And the raw water is more expensive to process. So the little money they have that they used to buy machines, they are having to use to even buy chemicals to process the water.
Explanations about the problem.
I'm explaining it
but the problem the ordinary tax-paying Ghanaian cares about is the fact that their taps are not flowing.
Yeah, but the taxpayer has contributed to the problem.
You struggle
the taxpayer has contributed to the problem by
but you struggle to even identify the reason for the shortage of the water the reason given for the rationing.
I'm gleaning it from all the interviews I had with him for the past 10 years.
Did any of them allude to the galamsey that is happening as well?
For galamsey, it's been part. He's admitted it, not yesterday. But what I'm saying is that in addition to the galamsey,
so where is the plan?
It's not the core of the issues we are talking about.
For Tessinungwa, the desalination is the issue. The desalination.
We always claim,
the desalination has been closed.
Problems. Where is the solution? Where is the solution? Every day they'll tell us, and we don't have machines.
Why are you attacking me?
No, it's not you.
Listen,
every day
I'm helping.
We can't treat this. Galamsey, that. Where is the conversation about? We are putting in XYZ investment so that in the next 10 years,
we also
is going to flow daily.
So let me help.
The government has made its job on Galamsey a laughing stock. What it has decided to do is to consistently feed the space with, we have made $10 billion. We have made X billion dollars. And foreign reserves are this. And that the CD is doing well. And as a result of that, you and I sitting here have decided for some reason, either by acquiescence or direct culpability, to allow the fight against Galamsey to die. And then you have all kinds of people in civil society, people in all of these spaces who have always had their voices. To now say that, okay, the city is doing well, Gold Boy is doing fantastic, what do you call it? Bank of Ghana is doing well. Inflation is down. And so everything
is holy. Are you saying that the Teshinungwa water problem is a Galamsey instigation? You see, the reason I feel like it's a bit of a stretch is that there are some communities much closer to the Galamsey problem who are not complaining of water shortage. And Teshinungwa is actually
when was the last time you checked?
I'm coming on. That's why I said, for example, you have the Dinsu, where you have the Weja, right? Then you have the Winneba. Then you have Ayensu.
Go to Winneba and ask them.
I'm coming.
You see, the quality of water they're getting.
What I'm saying is that Galamsey is a major problem for water everywhere. But I think that to use that for the Teshinungwa is not correct because Teshinungwa is the sources of Teshinungwa's water. The desalination plant is a big issue, and Pong is also a big issue. So, if, for example, people in Winneba don't have water, I can admit that it's a Galamsey issue.
Ask the Winneba people.
Yes, but we are discussing Teshinungwa.
For me, whatever the problem is, what we are doing is caressing the problem.
Let's help.
It's the solution.
The
conversation must be about solution.
Why are you putting me in this position? I'm trying to say that we are discussing a specific problem for Teshinungwa.
If
Galamsey is a major issue. That affects water everywhere, but I'm saying that
it's the core issue.
Are you sure the water problem in this country is limited to just Teshi?
No,
we might buy water from tankers.
Exactly. Get on the line, open the line, and let people
tell you where they get their water from.
What they are going through.
Okay. Let me put this in context.
Okay.
We have had water problems in the country, all of us. So everybody buys water. The reason I'm discussing this thing this week is because for the past 3 months, Teshinungwa people have been appealing to us to put, because they are saying that it is unusual. They are not saying that they don't have water 7 days a week. They are saying that now they don't even get it 1 day a week.
Let me ask you a question.
If you live in Adenta, you may have water once a week, which is part of the lack of water in the whole country. The Teshinungwa one is much worse than even the Adenta one. And I'm saying that if you want to be true to the Teshinungwa discussion, position it as a Galamsey issue may not be the fact because Galamsey has affected water supply everywhere.
Hold on.
But the Teshinungwa problem, there's a local cause, which is the desalination. So if you isolate that and then you go to Galamsey for it, Galamsey is true. It causes water shortage. But if we want to be factual on Teshinungwa, it's not Galamsey that has exacerbated.
Hold on, Bernard. You have to interrogate the facts.
Oh.
What is a perfect substitute for water supply for the people of Teshinungwa if desalination is not working?
I don't understand your question.
I'm saying,
yes,
if the people of Teshinungwa are no longer getting water from desalination, what is the perfect substitute for getting water to them? Okay. Beyond those communities, these other communities that are affected, and these other communities that are having to get rationed water, why are they getting rationed water?
Oh, many reasons. Galamsey is one. Over the years, poor investment and planned development. So the development has gone ahead of we've not invested in Ghana Water Company. There's no pipes. For example, the estate, my estate, we haven't had the last mile pipes put in. So we don't have water.
But the point I'm trying to make to you is that if the Ghana Water Company Limited were operating optimally, not because of the Galamsey that they are failing to deal with as a government, some of these deficits will not be seen. In fact, a core component of the deficit we are talking about will not be seen. When you speak to people within GWCL, they will confide in you. They will tell you that if they are not even sure of the quality of water they are piping into your homes. I go to Winneba every now and then. I go to the central region every now and then to do my work as a lawyer. The quality of water that flows through those taps, it is because, look, GWCL doesn't even have enough money to be able to properly refine the water or purify it.
That's true.
You understand? Because it is costing a lot of money to do it. But they don't want to confront the biggest part of the issue, undermining water quality in this country. And what they are doing is to rally the people of Ghana around the activities of the Bank of Ghana, the activities of the Gold Board, and to insist that because the CD is doing well, because we have been able to deal with the problem of what do you call it, dollar affecting the CD and all of that.
You see,
hold on, let me finish my submission. Because we have been able to deal with that, everywhere else should be quiet. So for the past 5 months or so, the people of Ghana have forgotten about the fight against illegal mining.
You see what I'm saying is that you are putting me in a very funny position, because I am not even here to defend Galamsey or anything.
No, I'm not.
What I'm trying to say is that let's
outrage
just see. But let you see, when you want to solve a problem, we have to be clear about the immediate cause and the remote cause. Okay. All of us who sit here, the water that comes to us is rationed, and it's not just this year. It's been that way for a long time. Why? And I give you the many reasons. Number one, we haven't invested in the water company's capacity to supply water to the rest of the country.
Why not?
Let me give you the first level first, then come to the second level. Ghana has enough freshwater resources to supply water to everybody. But the Ghana Water Company, Sky, we've interviewed Clifford Brymer many years before Galus took over. Right? Galamsey has also affected water supply. But the truth is that even without Galamsey, the investment in the water company is not enough. Their equipment are obsolete. There are some communities with no pipelines, because also planning has gone ahead of the development. Sorry, development has gone ahead of the planning. So I'm saying that, number one, poor investment in the Ghana Water Company over the years. Number two, poor or lack of planning. Galamsey, number three. Now, there was a schedule that was running that was giving people water once a week. The schedule Caleb read. That schedule was working fine until like 3 months ago, when people now don't even have one drop. So people are not saying they are happy that they have water once a week, but at least with the once a week they were getting, they could store it. Now the reason I called Stanley Mate yesterday was that even the once a week they are not getting. Then we go and do an interview with Stanley Mate and say, Onukwa, people don't have water. And they say, oh, we have a schedule. Then I say, send me the schedule. Then he sends me the same old schedule, which was to have been running, which is not working. 2025. Do you understand? Wow. So I'm saying that in dealing with that, let's deal with the fact that there's a schedule that's not working.
Why is it not working?
But I don't want us to even talk about a schedule for rationing. We are accepting the barest minimum and paying more for it. That's my problem.
Yeah, but that's
we are accepting the barest minimum from the people who are running this state.
Of course,
and we are still paying more for it. We shouldn't be having a conversation about somebody will get water. This area will get water on Monday only. Yeah. This area will get water on Tuesday. Yeah. That's absolutely unacceptable.
Bakakra, in giving duty bearers a
duty
platform,
bearers must be telling us the problems that you've listed, the lack of planning, the lack of investment into water supply, water delivery and supply. Yeah. The Galamsey, you should be telling us the solution, the medium to long-term solutions for us to get potable water flowing through our taps. See, instead of telling us that, why should the people collecting our taxes to provide these services telling us, okay, we've done a schedule, so you get no, it's unacceptable.
What I'm saying is that
and they are not even respecting the schedule.
Somebody has asked me to ask the water company why he doesn't have water this week. I'm trying to deal with that. You say we shouldn't accept the fact that we have water even just once a week. That's true, but I'm saying that it's like somebody's hungry.
A decade ago,
it's like somebody's hungry and he hasn't eaten food, and he's saying, "Give me food to eat," and you're saying, "But you are even badly governed. So why should you have bad government to the point that you don't even have food to eat?" Let's do
because giving the person Gary once a day, once in a week, is not the solution. Yes, and if we accept that, that's the standard we set.
True, but we can deal with the immediate. See, all they wanted me to do was to put pressure on the system so that they will have water at least once a week.
But this fragmented solution is the problem.
Yeah, but at least they are the ones. I don't even know. God. Can't we do that while we also have the long-term issues? So so for example, if we were able to get the location of the so-called national security water supply, because the people listen to me just one word.
So those people didn't get water.
My point is that can't we solve their immediate problem now because the platform discusses long-term issues, but also does short-term fixes. That's what we do. So at least we can say today, Stanley Mate, give me the phone number of the people who supply the extra water so we can put it out on air, or give me their schedule or location or something, because people are looking for water. So let me solve that and move on.
They even should have been working with the assemblies, the district and municipal assemblies, to solve this problem.
Do they have the water? They don't have the water. I am telling you that, you see, they will not tell you anything. And Niho, ask them what is the capacity what is the, how do you call it?
Metric tons.
You know, the optimal capacity, you know, how much you are able to produce and all of that. Ask them to give you the disaggregated numbers.
For the water company?
Yes. Ask them that all the plans that they have, especially those...
Are they running on capacity? That's right.
Exactly. Capacity. Whether they are running on optimal capacity.
And the cost is it? So that's what I'm saying. You see, there are multiple reasons. For some, the equipment are obsolete.
Many of them...
For all, they are having to spend more money to buy chemicals to process the water because of galamsey. For some areas, they don't even have cables or pipes connecting to their homes.
Yeah, that's an entirely different matter.
Okay, so I'm saying that you need to isolate the various causes and deal with it one by one.
Bernard, if I have always had water...
So, for example, if this salination plant is working today, people in Tessinungwa will get water at least once a week. Bernard, in addition to whatever galamsey is doing.
Can we admit that the Ghana Water Company Limited has done a very poor job of its remit for the past decade and a half? Can we just start from there?
I'm not sure it's fair
to
blame the water company.
Who should we blame? Because that's why I didn't say 5 years ago or 7 years ago, so that we say just galamsey.
Yeah, so you see, again, and I stand to be corrected here. The tariff regime doesn't help us well because give me. You see,
no, you have to give me 2 seconds. I've given you a lot of time.
Go ahead.
Listen to me. I'll read for you. This is the Ghana Statistical Service, their monthly press release. This one.
And please, I'm playing devil's advocate too. I don't work for Ghana Water Company.
It's always good to issue this thing.
I have been.
Bernard is on radio defending Ghana Water.
I don't have any relationship with them. They haven't even sent me a calendar.
Yes,
in 10 years. I haven't received anything from Ghana Water Company. So please, I'm trying to use my knowledge of the
and your experience
to give it. So please, I don't
of interviews Talimasi for years and Suleiman
and knowing the problems very well.
Yes. So this was from World Water Day 2024, and I'm reading this because their findings came from the 2022 Ghana Demographic and Health Survey. I don't think they've done another one since, so it will still be the one on record, right? And it says that 1 in every 5 persons in Ghana did not have enough drinking water in the months preceding the survey.
20%.
1 in every 5, that's 19%. In the northern region, which recorded the highest percentage, 1 in every 3 persons did not have adequate drinking water.
Sure.
Oti and Northeast were the regions with the next highest percentage
of people
that did not have enough drinking water. The Upper East and Ashanti regions recorded the lowest percentage of persons without drinking water in sufficient quantities, with figures less than half of those of the Northern and Oti region. So let me just give the percentage. Oti is 31%, Northeast is 26%, Upper East is 14%, and Ashanti is also 14%. Nationally, 6% of the population travel more than 30 minutes round trip to obtain drinking water. So that includes those of you who have to drive to the tankers to fetch it and whatnot. More than a quarter of the population in the Northeast region reported traveling more than 30 minutes to access water. The highest recorded, followed by the Northern region at 18% and the Upper West also at 18%. 3 in every 5 persons in Ghana did not have water on their premises.
Wow.
3, that's 59%. That's almost 60%.
Wow. So they cover only 40% of the country.
3 in every 5
did not have water on their premises.
Did not have water on their premises. 9 in every 10 persons in the Savannah region did not have water on their premises. And the highest, which is the highest recorded, and it is 1.5 times higher than the national average. Northeast and Oti regions have the second and third highest percent of the population without water on their premises. Of course, naturally, Greater Accra.
9 in 10?
Yes.
You know the funny part? The past MD of Ghana Water and the current MD are both from Savannah.
Let me continue for you. Greater Accra, of course, being the capital, recorded the lowest percentage of the population without water on their premises. And even with that, look at our frustrations.
So even we
look at us shouting.
Then imagine
imagine those who don't have it.
So what is the reason?
Volta region is the only other region where less than half of the population do not have water on their premises.
You know the Volta is next to us?
Yes. More than 90% of the population in the lowest wealth quintile, that's 93%, were without drinking water on their premises. More than 5 times the percentage recorded for those in the highest wealth quintile. Nationally, 83% of the population had at least basic drinking water service, defined as an improved water source with either water on the premise or a round-trip collection time of 30 minutes or less. That's 83%.
This is worse than I thought too.
The percentage is lowest in the Northeast region, at 43%, where less than half of the population has access to basic water services.
It's enough. It's okay.
Savannah, 54%. OT, 57%. And North in 64 regions have the next highest percentage of the population with access to basic water services. Again, Greater Accra at 97% and Ashanti at 94% were the regions with the highest percentage who have access to basic services, recording figures that are more than twice of the Northeast region. So I'm just saying, think about it, because we are talking about Accra, but think about the other places. Now let me finish with this one for you. 8 in every 10 of persons using unimproved water sources did not treat their water. Unimproved water sources refers to unprotected dug wells or unprotected springs. Similarly, 8 in every 10 persons using surface water, that is drinking water directly from a river, dam, lake, pond, stream, canal, or irrigation canal, did not treat their water.
Jesus.
This is your water problem.
And just to add,
you see it's bigger than a water company.
That is why I am saying that they have been.
He's not even talked about the impact on sanitation. The statistics he's read.
I'm just keeping it on water.
Sanitation.
I'm just saying that is why I'm saying perhaps the Ghana Water Company.
Is a national failure.
But that is why I'm blaming. I'm saying the Ghana Water Company perhaps has not done a very good job executing its mandate. They can always blame the lack of money, the lack of this, the low tariffs. But if you look at what the numbers say, clearly they have not done their jobs well. And it will be fair to say so. And it will be fair for them to admit that they have difficulties, but perhaps they are not very good at their jobs.
Okay.
They talk a lot.
Caveat. Rural water is under the community water
I know.
and sanitation.
There's a division for that.
So a lot of the statistics you read, I don't think it's fair to blame the water company. You see, the reason I want to proceed...
I understand with caution. I understand you.
Because you see, in Ghana, because of anger, we look for one person and blame him. I am saying that this failure of water is a systemic failure. It's a national failure.
State, yeah.
Okay. So the Ghana Water is the poster child for that failure. But he is even telling you about Galamsey. So, for example, is Ghana Water the company, the anti-Galamsey agent? Possibly not. So what I'm saying is that let's admit that as a nation which is 69 years old, we haven't figured out how to supply water to our people, whether it's Ghana Water or community water and sanitation. Then we come to the levels of the problem. There are issues of the capacity and the competence of the institution, the commitment of government. Then there's issues of lack of money. Then there's the issue of Galamsey. Then the issue of lack of planning, which all make it worse. At the end of the day, it's a leadership problem. So I would say, a leader should say, look, my job is to make sure my people have access to clean drinking water. Now, whatever way it would cost, whether it will mean they pay more for it or we reduce our expenditure on other things, a leader's job is to solve problems. So it's a national leadership failure. The Ghana Water Company does take a lot of the blame because they themselves, there's a lot of water losses, there's a lot of issues around their own people doing water business. So those things, but I'm saying that if you want to tackle it holistically, like the way you express the frustration, the Ghana Water Company bashing will not solve it. It's national prioritizing it. It may even mean that the way we manage water as a country has to change. Do you understand me? How we even define a rural area. Let me give you an example. My parents used to live at a place called Old Ashoman. For many years, the office they pay for their water is considered a rural area. Now, you can't tell me that Agbogba Hacho Ashoman is a rural area today. But for many years, they were paying water to community water and sanitation because it was originally set up as it's a rural area in the books. In the sense, yes. But it's a complete urban area with people who have cars and generators and things. So what I'm saying is that there's a whole planning issue around it. True. There's a whole competence issue around it. True. But at the heart of it, a national prioritization. So if the nation says Ghana at 70 next year, every citizen must have access to clean water, and we prioritize it, you hear it in the budget. You hear it in the president's speeches. When was the last time the president made reference to water in his speech? When was the last time Speaker of Parliament spoke about water? Meanwhile, when you go to the hierarchy of needs, it's food and water. So what I'm saying is that as a country, we haven't even prioritized it. We have about 30% of Ghanaians doing open defecation. 39% of Ghanaians, in fact, 60% of Ghanaians don't even have water on their house premises.
Yes.
So they can't have flush toilets. So if you take Galus or Stanley Mate or what was it, Brahima, and you say they are like, this is much bigger than them. This is a
I will give you pushback because I have to mention. Kaka, just a second, I beg you. The schedule,
rationing.
The rationing schedule, does it have wager in it?
No. I asked him for the Teshinungwa schedule.
Oh, okay.
Because we're discussing Teshinungwa.
Oh, okay.
So it was just the Teshinungwa schedule.
Yes, because I'm going to read you something. So the people who live in Achimota, Tesano, Dansuman, Kaneshi, Kolebu, Kasua, Wija, and Accra Central, if you are listening to me, are you being rationed?
Good question.
I want to know this.
And is there a schedule available?
Yeah, because, and I'll tell you why I'm reading this. Because just this past October, Ghana Water told us that we will no longer have rationing in those areas.
Oh, they did?
Yes, because they had bought new equipment.
Mention the areas again.
So the people who live in Achimota,
okay,
Tesano, Dansoma, where I live, and we don't get water. Kaneshi, Kolebu, Kaswa, Wija, and Accra Central.
They said they don't do rationing again.
Yes. They said they will no longer experience rationing. This was in October last year.
So they are part of the problem.
We cannot.
So no, I'm saying if the people who live in these areas can send us messages to tell us that they have water every day in their taps, then we know that Ghana Water, because here they are telling us that the western part of Accra water supply is returning to normal 2025 October. Why? Because they bought 4 new pumps and 4 new motors.
Okay, I want to say two more things. The data you read, it will also show you that a lot more Ghanaians are now depending on sachet water and bottled water to drink. So the development of the water companies is both a consequence and a cause of our water problems.
Yeah.
A consequence because they saw the gap and they wanted to fill it. But in filling the gap, there is an adverse or sort of perverse incentive to keep the water problem there. So people will depend on buying water. So some of the water company people are in collusion with some of these people.
That was the point I was coming to make.
So what I would say is that first somebody saw a genuine gap and started filling it. But other people also felt that if this gap doesn't persist, we won't make money. So now private water companies have become a normal part of our lives. This is what I will say. Until we prioritize as a nation water, how do you prioritize it? Media, parliament. So for example, you need to start making the parliamentarians hall officials of the water company, the Minister for Water Resources, Works and Housing, to start answering questions around water targets. So let me give you an example. The road minister gets 80% of the parliamentary questions. So everybody's talking about roads. When I call Agboja today, 2 million people are commenting. I think the water situation is probably worse than
the roads a problem.
But we have gotten used to having water once a week and we have solved around it.
Accepting the barest
Good.
minimum.
So what I would say is that if we want to change this very dire statistic, we must bring water and sanitation to the forefront of the discourse around development and put more pressure, because our political class, they only respond to pressure. So now roads, for example, the president has said his big push, everything is roads. Why? Because roads can topple a government. Can water topple a government?
Yes,
why not?
It should be.
That's what it should be, actually.
Well, a lot of people have decided to satisfy. Some are doing open defecation. Some are buying sachet water. Some, do you understand what I'm saying? They are not treating. What I'm saying is that people have found their way. And the other thing is that the road conversation.
We need to lead the conversation.
The road conversation gets prominence because we, the elite who drive cars, make more noise about it because we have the platform. There's 90% of people in Savannah region who don't have access to water in their homes. Don't even have a voice to say it.
Yes.
Or that's their normal. So what I'm saying is that it's the incentives for government to choose to prioritize depends a lot on what active citizens do. So if the Teshnungwa will be a good case study, then let's start demanding that even the rationing, we don't want it. We want water 7 days a week.
Yes. Thank you.
Now that may place some demands on you. For example, you can't build anywhere. You can't get up and start building a house and taking
functional
water.
society.
You will pay more for water. You will pay more for water. All right? Because the tariff adjustment, look, water is a public good.
Which is why I don't understand the existence of private water suppliers. As a business concept, it should not exist.
Thank you. But that is what we are.
Yeah, but I'm saying that it should not exist. Because of what you just said, and I've always wondered about this. The concept of a private water supplier, somebody who is because water is not something you privatize. Okay, so the fact that Caleb can go and open a company, go to Register General and register a company. What does this company do? Oh, we sell water. Where are you getting the water from? If I needed water,
I am squeezing those who must get it.
Exactly.
So that it can give me
money.
And then the people are in collusion.
The water crisis
Municipalities are supposed to provide water to people who don't have it.
Let me read something to you.
Please do.
This country.
This comment is from someone whose name I will not mention. He says, please, let Bernard know that his PR theme for Ghana Water na grammar.
Hold on.
No. I mean, that's the opener. That's just the opener. Then he says that I've lived in two main areas for the past 17 years. July 2009 to the 2nd of August 2020 at a flat in Sakumono. The 2nd of August 2020 till date, Manet Villa Estates. Water rationing has been happening throughout. They are even afraid to undertake new services. Behind Achimota Mall, Accra, there's Lindsay Gardens by JL Properties. Parliament staff bought some properties there. Ghana Water Company Limited is dodging the provision of new services. They are refusing new service connections for over a year now. Which is to say that what? There is even suppressed demand. Now, if you don't produce enough water, the little you produce is decimated by reason of Galamsey. Of course, inefficiencies and related matters are there. How are you going to be in a position to supply enough water to the people of this country? You will not be able to do it. In fact, when the new leadership took office, one of the key things they mentioned was to immediately take up the fight against illegal mining. In fact, they granted interviews, they took people around to some of the places, including Swedru, to say that something has got to be done without using so many words. Then all the pressure you can expect from a government which is interested in the gold, as opposed to what water the people are drinking, came down on these people. So they have all gone quiet. And because we have become willing accomplices, the fight against Galamsey is dead. Every time what we are talking about now, oh, Gold Board is doing well. Oh, the city is doing well. Meanwhile, we are not counting the environmental losses. The Ghanaian people whose future we are mortgaging by reason of our acquiescence or direct involvement or complicity in this particular matter. In the fullness of time, this will come around and we'll pay the price. So we better start speaking now to insist that it is not enough to mine all the gold under the belly of the earth, using all the irresponsible methods there are under the sun, and hope that will keep the city stable. while our people are dying because
Caleb,
of bad water.
Reason comment, Sky, I agree with you. Just to say that I'm not doing a PR job for Ghana. I am trying to play the devil's advocate to have a balanced discussion because we've interviewed them and they've explained their side. That doesn't mean I agree with what they say. But we can't just all come on and just start insulting them. So somebody else.
Just quickly,
no,
I want the point you made about active citizenry is important. We need to demand for what is due us. We need to demand better services. You made the point about, well, I've forgotten the point you made, but I can what I recall is active citizenship. Let's not sit down and wait until
if you don't prioritize it,
the next election
yeah,
where political actors come and play music, throw money, and we vote. Yes, so I wanted to respond to the point. We actually do have power as people, and we need to use that power to get what is due us.
Yeah.
And not wait until the next 4 years.
For me, the reason I feel like, I can't even win this fight. Just read the message. Just read the message, because wherever I pass, the anger is there. But I feel like if we don't make water supply a regular issue, it will not get prioritized by our duty bearers. Because I think now you can see road is being prioritized because we've shouted a lot about it. So now the big push, a lot of money is on roads, and the road minister is always ready to talk about roads, because if he makes one mistake and the roads are not good, he's in trouble. Let's talk to environmental science professor Chris Gordon. Maybe he can help put it in context. The multiple reasons why we don't have enough water to drink, whether it's at a galamsey or investment or water company. Prof, I don't know whether you are here to help me or to worsen the case for me. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard, and good morning to your team. And I'm also a spokesperson for Ghana Water Company. But we have to be fair. We have to be fair. You cannot decades long in a matter of months. And I have tested water coming out of Pong, and that water is of WHO standard, top quality. But all the things you said, Bernard, are very true. I think there's a lady called Kakra there who has said that we should not accept the wrong as the norm. But this is the reality. We have to be real. In Ghana, we have a situation where we do not have enough infrastructure to produce the quantity of water that we need, knowing that the demand for water has been increasing. We also need to bring in the Water Resource Commission, who have the mandate of the control and regulation of abstraction of water into the whole discussion that you're bringing. So, Ben, you're very right. It is not just Ghana Water Company. It's not that issue. Now, I'll touch on just 2 points. So I don't know if they'll help you, Bernard, or not. But let's say I'm supporting your stand particularly. And I'm in an area where we also have to, we get water. When you hear the water trickling into the tap, then you run to get buckets and things to fetch. I won't mention the area. But the point I want to raise is that the way we consume / waste water is incredible. Car washing bays, the number of cars that we have on our roads increase exponentially. And these bays are created, they're not supposed to use potable water, but we know they do. So the point around that issue is that we waste water. We do not conserve water. The little that we have, we do not conserve. The second thing that I want to mention is that you always have to follow the money. Somebody mentioned the fact that people are benefiting from the shortage. There's a crisis and people are benefiting from it, making sure that the status quo is not changed or improved because they will be out of pocket. follow the money. Who is benefiting from the fact that Ghana Water Company cannot provide water to every citizen of Ghana? The third and my final point revolves around this whole issue of pricing. The cost of infrastructure, you're looking at the infrastructure of the supply, the treatment of water, the water treatment plants and so forth. It's a huge, huge investment. But the major problem with our water infrastructure right now are the delivery pipes. It's leaking. So if you look at the data and the statistics, you find that a lot of the water that leaves a water treatment plant becomes invisible. It is not costed because no consumer takes it. It is just running out of broken pipes. Sometimes people deliberately breaking pipes to get water to irrigate vegetables. I've seen it with my own eyes. That the water pipe, Ghana water pipe, asbestos pipe, 24-inch pipe, somebody has made a hole in it so water will leak out for a vegetable garden. So replacing that infrastructure itself is a massive, massive cost. And if you have people deliberately sabotaging the efforts that are in place, so it's not as if there's some people who are complicit just sitting on their hands and not doing anything. There are other people benefiting from the breakdown in the system and actively trying to make it worse so they can benefit.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the context you provide. We had a challenge with your line, but I think your points largely came through. Professor Chris Gordon, an environmental scientist, just adding some context. But I feel the point we've all made, which is a clear point, is that the advocacy must continue. Because attention has value. If we give more attention to this issue, for example, we've been told that the Ghana Water Company CEO will be on the show next week. He'll be on this show next week. So he will come and outline his plan. He will sit in the hot seat next week. So the producers have called him. He says he's going to come. So we will prioritize the water discussion. We've done it 2 straight days in the first few days of the show. So water is life. So we will put more pressure on the water system. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we have Effective Living series. Sure. But cheers to an amazing new year. Stop disinformation and misinformation. This is from the Daily Graphic. Kindly let the world and Ghana know that Daily Graphic is free today, only on the Graphic News Plus app. It's a happy new year from Graphic. Happy Global Customer Service Week from all of us at Omni Basic Bank to our customers. Thank you for choosing us. To our dedicated team, you make service excellence mission possible every day. Have a beautiful week. Call us on 0307 086 6000. 086000. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. Freight forwarding just got easier with Hallmark Freight and Consultancy Ghana Limited. Our attention to detail prevents customers from ever having to pay demurrage. Our quality and cost-effective service include ocean freight, air freight, customs clearance, logistics, warehousing, project cargo, ex-works, and blue and brick bulk. Have your air freight delivered in less than 24 hours, sea freight in less than 48, and land in less than 4 hours. We are on the 4th floor of the Allied Heights at Bilinkpe. Call 0302 915 335 or visit hallmarkfreightgh.org. Hallmark Freight and Consultancy, your trusted and reliable partner. And enjoy the 5 distinct flavors of Piva, the cola, the orange, the cocktail, the grapefruit, and the tangy. Piva is available at your local store. Call 0550 032 231. Piva beverages, a taste you will love.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Where do your hopes and dreams take flight? The money you've earned, the future shining bright. At Petra, we're not just here for your retirement plan. We are here for the life you've imagined and then some. From your child's education to your dream home's door, we'll help you achieve what you're striving for. Petra is here, steady and strong. Your wealth in safe hands, where it belongs. With investments that grow at rates that compete, we build your future with every heartbeat. That's Petra, your partner. Come joy or strife, guiding you toward the dreams that define your life. For your pensions, investments, loans, and more, visit our website at petraonline.com or dial *447 *70#. Petra, achieve more.
Every woman deserves hair that looks and feels amazing. It starts with the right product. BO16. After relaxing, your hair needs serious care. BO16 neutralizing shampoo removes all those relaxer residues and restores your hair's natural balance. Itchy scalp, dandruff wahala, BO16 treatment shampoo will rescue you. Leaves your hair absolutely divine. BO16 detangling conditioner. No more painful tagging and breakage. See how smoothly the comb runs through. Now you know my secret.
BO16. Express yourself.
This advert is FDA approved. The GC brand. It's all about you.
New year, new goals, new beginnings. Admissions are now open for our January intake at Lancaster University, Ghana. Experience world-class learning, vibrant campus life, and a global community, all in Ghana. For more information, contact us at +233 030 211 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Start your journey with Lancaster University, Ghana. Apply today and shape the future you've been dreaming of.
Looking for a university that truly sets you apart? Academic Citi.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-32231. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Ujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It's a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement. Unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Looking for a university that truly sets you apart? Academic Citi University Accra offers world-class undergraduate degree programs in engineering, business, informatics, and communication arts. And that's not all. Now introducing master's degrees designed to equip you with industry-relevant skills and global leadership capabilities. Study on a modern campus, learn from international faculty, and gain hands-on experience that sets you apart in today's job market. With over 15 student ventures launched and graduates thriving in top roles across Ghana and abroad, Academic Citi University is where future-ready leaders are made. Call now 0262-693-870. That's 0262-693-870. Academic Citi University, educating future-ready leaders.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Effective Living Series is airborne. It's live on 97.3 Citi FM. It's brought to you by Petra Trust and Hallmark Freight and Consultancy Ghana Limited. Today is our 4th day of the first week. We've been discussing knowing where you want to go. Started off with Theodore Albright, why New Year's resolutions do not work and what to do about them. And then we have Michael Ohinefa discussed personal goal setting. Yesterday, Patrick Otikubedu spoke about purpose discovery. Our next guest is Mami Ekuagezi, CEO of 565 Consultancy, right? Mami, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bernard.
It's good to have you. She's going to be talking today about time and self-management. Yeah. You've been on Effective Living Series before. Yeah. You've been on for some time. You say your focus for 2026 is presence.
Yes.
So you call it time and presence management.
Yes.
What is presence?
Wow. So Bernard, when I got the time and self-management, I thought to myself, since 2019 or so, I've been in the radio and TV studios with you and some of your colleagues talking about effective ways to grow, stay productive, and be more successful. But this year, to be very honest with you and with our listeners, the way we were taught to manage time is actually dead. The time management we have been learning is dead. Because truth is, we are the most efficient generation in history.
Serious?
Yes.
Wow.
Bernard, look on your phones and check online. We have apps for literally everything.
I'm telling you.
And yet we are the most overwhelmed. Everybody is clamoring for more time. Like, I'm so busy. Mommy, I don't have time. There's so much on my table. Do you know why this is? It's simply because we cannot manage time if we have not mastered the art of being present and managing our presence. So today I remember your last discussion, and you said a line that I clung to. You said attention does give results. That's the truth.
Yeah.
So whatever you give attention to, it grows. If you give attention to your problems, it would grow. So now let's get this straight. We are not suffering from lack of time. We don't lack or we don't need more hours. We are rather suffering from a lack of attention. We'll sit with people at dinner. We have family time together. We are in church listening to the sermon. Students are in class, and everybody is doing 4 things at a time. There's TikTok video playing. There's WhatsApp messaging. There's Telegram. There's all sorts of things. People are trying to capture things on the drive. We are, every time we are checking a WhatsApp notification in the middle of a meeting or a conversation, you are now paying what I call the attention tax.
The attention tax.
Yes. And I can bet you this tax is actually the most expensive right now because it costs you your clarity, it costs you attention, and it costs you the focus that you need for the things and the people in your life. Wow. And that's what's going to be the focus for me this year, because we go over and over about what to do. I've talked about time blocking. We've talked about managing the people in your circle. But we've realized that in 2026, the greatest competitive advantage is not about being the fastest. It's about being the most present.
Wow.
Because when you go for meetings, the people that get the nuances, that are able to read the body languages, that get the unspoken energy in the rooms, are the people that are fully present.
So focus and concentration is critical.
Yeah.
You use the expression attention tax.
Yeah.
And you said a lack of attention is you are saying it's not a lack of time, it's a lack of attention.
Yes.
All right. Can you talk a bit more about how this attention tax is affecting people's personal lives and the way leaders show up in their teams?
Good. So when people are leading teams or projects, or even in our personal relationships, when people are seated, I mean, I've had instances where you go out, you have a date with somebody, and the person is constantly on their phone.
So bad.
It feels very, okay, did we have to do this? We could have done it on the phone. Because sometimes it's just about having that eye contact.
Yeah.
I've sat with my team.
Yeah.
I'm facilitating a session. Like we have a retreat, planning for the year.
Charlie.
I'm talking, and everybody's on their phone. And I'm sitting and looking.
No, they are writing. They are writing.
That's what they claim. So I keep quiet for about 10 seconds and everybody starts looking at me because they are so used to hearing rather than watching. And so they are like, oh, why is there silence? You know, we don't like awkward silences. We are not able to properly breathe in.
Your voice is just a backdrop to what they are doing.
Yeah, it's just, you know, as it's going on, I will be doing something. It's almost as though if you've paid full attention to something right now, you're wasting time. That's how people see it. So I came up with a rule, which is a very practical gift I want our people and our listeners to have for the year 2026. And because people ask me, you know, Mommy, I'm a mother, somebody is a CEO, you are very busy, manager of people, projects. Some people are solopreneurs, some people are leading project. Oh, Mommy, I'm a Gen Z. You know, I was born with this. This is me. The alphas are also coming into the workplace. Some people say, you know, Mommy, I'm a preacher, I'm a minister. Some people are texting me with their problems. How do I stay focused when I'm in conversations without feeling that I'm ignoring the people? How do I find the presence that Mommy is talking about? The answer is really not about taking long vacations. So you're thinking, okay, maybe if I took off about a month, and I didn't have my phone and my laptop and my iPad or my tablet, then I can be fully present. They are not bad in themselves, but they are not the full solutions, Bernard, that we are looking for. What I want to suggest is what I call the 5-5-5 rule.
The 5-5-5 rule.
Yes. So it's about the 15 minutes first when you wake up. So your first 15 minutes on waking up can determine how you can be present throughout the day. Yes, it's very powerful.
The first 15 minutes when you wake up.
What you do in those 15 minutes will determine how your day goes. So it's the 5-5-5 rule. And this is how it works. Very simple. When you wake up for the first 5 minutes, I want you to practice what we call the stillness.
All right.
So right now, anybody listening to me, just take 3 seconds and breathe in properly. Feel your breath. And out. So the first 5 minutes when you wake up, just do nothing. It feels like a waste of time, right? But don't touch the phone because I know the alarm went off on the phone. So you want to go and put off the alarm. And that's how you see Bernard's indication of notification. No, are you coming on the show? Can I expect you? No, don't get on the phone yet. For those who wake up with the coffee.
Cover is being blown.
For those who wake up with the coffee in mind, don't go first for the coffee cup. Just sit on your bed. If you have a couch in your room, wherever, on your mat, on your mattress, even if you're on a bunk bed, just sit for 5 minutes still. The point is to live in your body. So you are inhabiting yourself. So you want to feel your body. Okay, I'm awake. I'm alive. You may have pains in your back. Your leg feels twitched. There's a numbing headache. You're not, but just sit and know that you are awake. So for those 5 minutes,
5 minutes, just
5 minutes, because Bernard, if you do not inhabit your body, and you can attest to this, all those of us who run very fast-paced mornings, if you don't, you realize that by 2 hours into your morning, the world has taken over you. You can't kind of figure out. No, you know, and every time we're doing that. So all I'm suggesting is that you just take those 5 minutes and be still, do nothing, and feel your breath.
So that's the first
your body.
5.
Yes. The second 5 minutes, I want you to do what we call the brain dump. Yeah. So pick a sheet of paper And please make this physical because we don't want to go on the digital yet. Pick a piece of paper, a book or whatever, and just dump everything on your mind. Your worries, your fears, your thoughts, your plans, your visions, your dreams, anything. So it's almost like journaling, but this is really not structured. I don't want you to focus on the structure of it, just dump it. I'm concerned about my car. Today I don't have fuel, but the weather is very hot and I need to sit in air condition. I don't know how I'm going to manage the day. Just anything that comes to mind. Because
when you say brain dump,
it's just dumping everything on your brains onto paper.
Oh, okay. So whatever
is there,
you are worried about,
just
write it.
Even happy about. Everything.
Okay. For the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, for the second 5 minutes.
The second 5 minutes.
Exactly. So what you're moving from is whatever is taking your brain space. If you don't dump it somewhere, it will take over your day. It will linger. Exactly. And it will impact the way you show up and the kind of presence you have.
You know the funny thing? Days when I write what I have to do, I am more effective than days that I don't.
Yeah.
So like today, I didn't wake up early. So today, even the argument, I wasn't seeing top. they were just finishing me. It's like, but I think yesterday, when I woke up, I take my phone and I wrote out, you are right, the things I needed to do. And I didn't know this rule. So like, I have to do this, call this guy. So I just wrote it on my journal.
Yes.
I was on form. But today, Charlie being who she is.
So sometimes we trust our smartness and our memory so much, but they are not as reliable. So for the final 5 minutes, Bernard, and that will be what I call the intention. So in the final 5 minutes, the questions you want to ask is, how or who do I need to be today? Who do I want to be today? Do I want to be the person that is going against the grid? So everybody is talking about Galamsey being the cause of the water problems we're facing. Bernard wants to look at it from a different perspective. Really? Do you want to be the conformist? Do you want to be the kind person? Do you just want to be the person that's walking past everybody in the office, in the market, at the shop and smiling? Just decide who you want to be. So for me, for instance, when I wake up, my practical 555 is I drink a bottle of 500 ml of water every morning without
therapy, no. Water therapy.
Then I do my 555 and then I do my quiet time.
So this 555 is before you even pray?
Yes.
Hey! Charlie, seek ye first the kingdom. Where Charlie? No, I have to call your pastor. You mean I should do this 555 before I pray?
Let me challenge you.
This is a hard saying.
Yeah. But Bernard, you see, the moment you're present, you felt your body.
Yes.
The moment you have dumped everything on your head, and you have decided who you want to be. Charlie. When you're reading the Bible, you get into studies rather than making it just a to-do. I'm serious. Because you go into the word with a bit more presence.
No, it's true. What you're saying is true for normal people, but I'm not normal. Because if we have time, we have to be here. No, I get it.
Yeah.
Because, I'm even feeling guilty now. When I wake up with the kids, I don't give them 5 minutes. Must I go and bath?
That's it.
So I wish I
the reality is that Accra traffic. So Bernard, what if?
So if I wake my son tomorrow morning and say, Daddy. The woman said you should do 5. So I'm using 5 minutes to feel my body.
So Bernard, if we flipped
I'm using 5 minutes to feel my body.
If we flipped this to the night before, what it means is that we need to manage our going to bed so we wake up a bit more early. So factor the 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes in your waking up. Because if you are waking up at 5 and you have only 45 minutes to hit the road to be able to arrive at work, to miss traffic and all of that, getting 15 minutes that can change everything. Because you sit in heavy traffic.
I'll tell you something. Your second 5, sometimes when I don't resolve issues the night before in my head, it affects my sleep.
Yeah.
So when I write out the plan the night before, I'm able to sleep better.
Good.
So maybe like I have a program that clashes with another program, and I haven't spoken to Caleb to resolve it. because maybe he has to sit in for me or something, and maybe I'm not able to reach him, and I go and sleep. The sleep is not correct. If I'm able to do it or write it or sort of process it, the sleep is very sweet. So maybe the 555 can be done before bed.
You could. You have to decide how it serves your time. You know, I've always said that these things must be factored in your context, in your reality, and in exactly what you want to achieve out of it. Yes. So all we are talking about, this is still managing your time. And I am talking about making a more presence management, because we are running against time.
I like it.
And it is because we are not able to process ourselves to be more present at everything we are doing.
This is Effective Living Series. I guess Mami Akua Gezi, and she, interestingly, her organization is called 565.
Not 555.
And she said two big things here, that your problem is not time management or lack of time. Your problem is presence management. And that this generation actually is very efficient, because we have a lot of, we can be more efficient than 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So the problem is attention deficit. Attention is leaking, so it's called an attention tax. So you're in a meeting, you're talking to somebody, you're on WhatsApp, you're not focused on the meeting. So focus and concentration is lost, and therefore you're not effective.
Yeah.
Number two, what determines what happens in a day determines is basically how you start your day.
Yeah.
So the 555 rule basically means the first 5 minutes, stillness, connect with your body. Next 5 minutes, dumping all your challenges on paper or on your phone, write it down to clear the mind. And then the next 5 minutes is decide what type of person you want to be today.
Yes.
Today I want to be a solution person. Today I want to be the one who solves problems. Today I want to be the quiet one who listens. Today I want to be the one who will not aggravate any situation. Wonderful. Now let's announce, if you have any question or comments, 053-998-6996. That's the number, 053-998-6996. Now, the 555 rule is great.
Yeah.
Right? How else can one reduce this attention tax? Because you are saying lack of attention is the number one cause of ineffectiveness.
Yes.
What else can we do?
What Bernard, I found is that in this generation, we have an addiction for more. We want more of everything. So we think when you have more, it means you're more successful. But as a people enabler to a lot of teams, both in corporate and non-corporate spaces, and serving as a thinking partner to a lot of executives, I see what more leads to is burnout.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I want to challenge our listeners for 2026 to find and define their enough. Bernard, what is
and define your enough.
Yes.
Wow, because more leads to burnout.
Yes.
Hey. Find it and define
it. You know what this does? It helps you to learn to say no to the things that do not serve you. Because everything will try to grab your attention. Everybody will try to make the most of your time to their advantage. So what are you saying no to? I'll give you an example. A very good friend who is in this space texted me towards the end of the year. We usually work together. So there's a program he's putting together, texts me and says, Mami, I'd like you to be on it. And my questions were very direct. What is this? Who is it for? What is the intention? Who else is on? And who are we targeting? It helps you to, because sometimes it becomes difficult for a lot of people to say no.
Charlie?
So what are you looking for? And that will determine what you say. So it helps you to not feel bad when you say no to the things and it helps you to be properly accurate in expressing it to the person you are saying no to.
Last week, before Christmas, somebody bought me a big book and said they wanted me to read it to do a forward for them. So when they call, I'll say, then yesterday they called and I said, you know what? I don't have time to read this book.
Yeah.
So can you find somebody else to do it? They said, thank you for telling me. So leave the book at the front desk, let somebody come for it. And I was like, wow, that was so easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Charlie, in the past, I'll go and sit on corner, read this book. Charlie,
by force compulsory at the expense of everything you have planned.
Yes, I told Charlie, you know what? I don't have the time now to read this book.
That's
and he understood it.
Yeah.
And I was happy. So the no is the correct point.
We need to learn to say no to things, because really doing things efficiently is about doing things right. But your presence makes you do the right things at the right time and within the right frames, which in essence is managing your time, basically. And if you try to enable everybody Bernard meets who wants to do something, Bernard says yes to, and everything that comes to your table you say yes to, you end up enabling no one and nothing, really. You won't. So for me, in 2026, the presence theme and staying focused is also about helping people in my space pick what their core 3 pillars will be. You know, in the past, we've spoken about goals and things, and I've said in every category of your life, the moment you start exceeding 3 goals, know that you're setting yourself up for not delivering on those goals. So set a maximum of 3 core pillars. These pillars will have outflows. But for 2026, you need to set the core pillars. Define what is enough. Know what you want and who you want to be, and gather the courage to say no to the noise of everything else.
This is powerful, though. Set the core pillars, know what you want and who you want to be, and gather the courage to say no. But find and define your enough.
Enough, exactly.
So know your limit.
Yes.
More leads to burnout.
Yes.
Wow, this is heavy stuff.
Yeah.
This is heavy stuff. Where can people get more from you on this? Because you are treating this time and management thing from a very different angle.
Yeah.
Usually people say plan your life, draw a grade. No. You are saying start from stillness, mindfulness.
Yeah.
Dump the things from your mind. Decide what you want to be. Take some decisions at the early. Charlie is very, very different. It's a different way of thinking about time and personality management. So where can people get more information to continue this journey? Because it looks like something people can be trained in or mentored in.
So Bernard, we will have more conversations on presence on LinkedIn. So anybody listening to me right now, I have prepared what I call the presence protocol.
Okay.
It's a very simple and easy guide. It's a PDF file. So for everybody listening to us right now, go on LinkedIn or Instagram, look for The Mami Gazy, send me a DM with the phrase Citi, C-I-T-I. Just DM me Citi and I'll share the protocol with you so you can start your presence.
Sorry, where can they find you? On YouTube, LinkedIn, or where?
LinkedIn and Instagram.
So
right
what is your LinkedIn profile?
Mami Ekwa Gazy.
Mami Ekwa Gazy.
Yes.
And then you are also on LinkedIn as what?
On IG, Instagram as The Mami Gazy.
All right. In terms of saying this no thing, it's not easy. I feel like uncluttering my life is a very important part of my day.
Bernard, you need to listen to our last year conversation with Caleb. We spoke about how to declutter.
Any highlights, Caleb? Because there's a lot of, I don't even know how to say it. There's so much demand on you to do so many things.
Yes.
And sometimes, for certain kind of people, you feel good by doing things.
Yes.
You get it?
Yes.
So my boss says I should do this, I do it.
Yeah.
Somebody calls me and says, write a book review, I do it.
Yeah.
Somebody says, come and MC a program, I do it.
Yeah.
So I'm not even sure whether there's a framework to say what is balance. All right? Which aspects of my life are suffering and which ones are not. Because it looks like for women, once we are doing well at work, we feel happy. You get it? But I think there should be more balance around time allocation. And I don't know whether you have any thoughts on that.
Yes. So Bernard, I like that you're actually sounding very consistent in the kinds of things that people are bringing to you. So it looks like you've put yourself out for specific things. So now question is, how many book reviews does Bernard want to do in 2026? So that's about the intention setting. So if anybody is bringing their book for review within that period, you know. Do you want to go down and determine the genre of books you want to review? Which programs do you want to MC? Which programs do you want to speak at? So those are the kinds of intentions you need to set. So when you're doing them, your spirit, your mind, your body is fully present. You're happy doing it. And it comes through, it shows. So when you're saying no to people, and with time, people will know the things to bring your way. So your boss will continuously bring certain things to you because they know when I give Bernard this, he will give it his all. And that for me is about being present. And that will help you to manage your time and your personal life. And a lot of the times we clamor for a lot of tools, looking to do more, because in that space we feel this is how I am achieving. But in the end, we feel exhausted. We don't feel connected. And we feel like, well, maybe I shouldn't have done it. Even when I went for that program, I didn't like the energy. I didn't like the people. They were too nosy and negative. But you have not set an agenda or an intention for what you're saying no to. So everything gets an a yes.
Let's go back to the attention tax.
Tax, yeah.
How should we deal with our phones? Because I don't even know. So I'm sitting here talking to you, right?
Yes.
Some people send messages directly to my phone when I'm on air.
Including me.
So I've become used to the phone.
Yes.
As a tool for even enhancing my program.
You're sure, yeah.
All right. Then it's also sometimes boredom. So I'll check football scores. Every 2 seconds, I'll check football scores to see what team my team will play this evening and whether the coach is doing his misbehaving or whatever. Before I know it, I'm already on Instagram watching some video interview with another footballer, and I've spent like 20 minutes. Yes. I say, I don't even know. So would you recommend the times you just throw the phone away? So throw away phone time or something. Give me some radical way of.
So Bernard, I'll go to the reality. The reality is that for a lot of people in 2025, 2026, our phones are work tools. They are no longer like a nice to just glitch on. I mean, there are younger people whose phones are for entertainment. But for a lot of people we are speaking to right now that are listening, our phones are work tools. Somebody is a digital marketer. The person is literally living on their phones. They have to post, they have to engage, they have to, review, they have to figure out what's the new trends to be able to enhance their pages. My question to you is, when you come on the show, from before 6 a.m. all the way till 10 a.m. and the phone is part or an accessory to your work, do you find time after 10 a.m. to say, maybe for just about 1 hour, I'm going to go off my phone? So it's not about when specifically, when you wake up.
My boss is also looking for me. Calling me on his phone.
Which is the reality. He'll call you on the phone. But you need to find a time when you're saying, okay, let me put. And look, yesterday, for instance, I have a lot of client requests I needed to deal with coming into the new year. And I just told myself, because my phone has been a problem, I'm just going to do WhatsApp on the laptop. And I realized that I kept going into the WhatsApp chatting. So at some point I had to close it. I just had to close it.
I've also removed for WhatsApp from my phone,
from your laptop.
And I find I'm more effective on the laptop than on the phone because the distractions on the phone are many. On the laptop is only emails.
Yes. So find what works for you and determine whether your phone is really a distraction or a work tool, because a lot of people are on borderline. And like you're saying, Bernard, all of us are guilty. So one of the things, we're asking for a radical idea. One of the things we have learned in the past on the show that I shared was about time blocking. Bernard, if you don't deliberately decide to go on your phone will have you. Because the truth is that I will go on social media. I can't sit on air today and say, don't do social media during working hours. This is not real. I'll be lying to everybody and myself. So I go on social media. So what you do is find time in between work to say, this time, 30 minutes.
No phone.
I'm going on social media. So you're more intentional.
Be intentional about your social media visits.
Exactly. So when you go there, when you know that you've blocked that time, and after that, you're going to go to something else, it helps. But when it feels like I have to sneak peek, I have to steal some time, and that's when it rather gets uncontrollable.
Because I think focus and concentration is very key to accomplishment.
Yes.
So on days that even my listeners can tell. There are some days that like you're on the money, everything is just bam, 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 bam. And then there are days that actually you can't even construct a proper sentence. You are reading the thing, it's not going well. You know, I feel like a lot of it also depends on sleep. If you sleep well, you start well. It's a good thing. And the other thing I will say is that my phone is also useful for listening to things. So now my learning is phone based. So for example, I listen to things. So maybe I'm in the car, I'm listening to a podcast. It's on the phone, right? So when I'm listening to it on YouTube, I find that is okay. This is the thing. When I'm listening to something on Spotify, Spotify, I can listen without necessarily how do I put it? You can do other things.
Yes.
So usually it's not effective. But when you put it on YouTube, because my YouTube is not premium, you have to just keep it on the YouTube.
Yes. So you can skip all the adverts.
No, but you see, they are annoying YouTube adverts. But if you are listening to, like, say, a podcast on YouTube, you are forced to keep it on the YouTube. But if you are listening to a podcast on Spotify or whatever, you can still be doing WhatsApp. You can still be checking football.
IG.
So I feel like, for me, it's a hack for me. So I listen to YouTube. Is actually one of my more. I listen to more things on YouTube now, because when it's on YouTube, it has to stay on YouTube.
That's it.
Okay, because I'm learning, but a lot of times I'm listening to something on Spotify and I'm distracted.
So you realize that even though you've listened to an hour of very good content conversation,
I'm not on it. But when I listen to something for YouTube for 30 minutes,
you're sure
it has my full attention
all of it.
Because I can't do anything else. So that's
so you pay more tax on your attention when
this
you
attention
use it
thing is serious. I even think we should start doing chest fasting on phone instead of phone.
Instead of food.
Yes, like today, my service to God is I won't touch my food. I'm serious.
It will be a big break.
I'm telling you.
It will be a big break.
I'm telling you, because Caleb, you're laughing, but Charlie.
No, I deleted Facebook from my phone.
Oh my
God. And kept it on my desktop. Yes.
Yeah.
I also did that. I deleted some of my social media is now on my desktop. Because when it's on your desktop, you've come to work. But if you're on your phone, it's there, Charlie. It's too much for concern.
And your hands keep going there.
And the worst ones are the ones they tag you and you have
God.
like Kofi Mensah has commented on this. No, I've stopped those things. I've deactivated those things.
So Bernard, we will be able to do these things, and like he said, there will be a program later in Q4 where we are getting together at a retreat where we will actually phone fast.
You will do phone fasting?
Yes, sir. So that we can be fully present to, detox our minds, our bodies, and everything.
Are you able to do? So what do you do? Do you do trainings? What do you do?
Yes, I do trainings. I do a lot of corporate trainings. I do lots of corporate consulting on organizational culture. We do a lot of work in the HR space as well.
Okay.
Yes, so
you can teach companies how to do this.
Oh yes, there's a course coming
this
up.
555 thing.
Yes, there's a course on that coming up. So watch out.
All right. So how can people get in touch with you?
Please reach me on 024-4054-973. 024-4054-973, or check me out on LinkedIn. I can bet you when you text me or inbox me on LinkedIn, you can get me personally responding to you. Thank you.
On LinkedIn?
Yes.
A machine will not respond?
No, I will. Thank
so it's Mami Ekuagezi, 565. I need 5 minutes to get into my body before I can go and shower. Thank you for listening to today's edition of the City Breakfast Show. Coming up next, City News at 10 with Samuel Akom. Samuel, thanks.
Thank you. Coming up, former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta